Hey, what's the word, blurs and nerds? It's your 40 something non binary boy Mark J coming to you live from right outside the nation's occupied capital. Welcome to Apocalyptic Unlimited presents Harlem Renaissance Forever, this year's Black History Month TTRPG fundraiser. This year, we're raising funds on Tiltify for the Lavender Rights Project. The Lavender Rights Project is a black trans feminist organization committed to dismantling oppressive systems that disproportionately harm black communities. APOCU wants to give a big shout out and massive thanks to this year's sponsors, Transplaner RPG, Frivolous Bear Studios, and Thought Crimes Games. Transplaner RPG is an award-winning, all transgender, people of color-led dark fantasy channel telling stories in an original, non-colonial, anti-Orientalist multiverse. They're proud to support the APOCU Black History Month fundraiser and encourage everyone watching to give what they can. As always, we stand in solidarity with all oppressed people of the U.S. and the world, fighting for freedom against colonization, imperialism, and white supremacy. Free Sudan, free DRC, and free Palestine. Frivolous Bear Studios is a game company dedicated to telling untold stories and amplifying marginalized voices. Their first game, The Home We Remember, is an introspective, lyric role-playing game that uses tarot cards to explore your character's memories and their relationships to a community hit by tragedy. Produced in collaboration with Tinder Vision Studios, The Home We Remember was lovingly crafted by a team of majority queer, trans, and racialized storytellers. Visit frivolousbear.com to get your copy today. And last but certainly not least, a special shout out to our third and final sponsor, Quinn Murphy of Thought Crimes Games, the makers of Griot Anthology. The Griot Anthology is a zine celebrating the brilliant work of black TTRPG game designers, utilizing the powerful medium roleplay. This anthology holds space for intersectional blackness in the past, present, and future, giving us the opportunity to tell our own unique stories and share our unique perspectives. Go to the website itch.io and search for Griot Anthology to pick up a copy today. Man, oh man. I don't even know
I
who's
think this
playing.
happened. I think the game that I was in last year aired on Super Bowl Sunday as
Mm-hmm.
well.
We are live. Hello. You guys caught us in the middle of a conversation. Welcome. Welcome to APAC Chromatica, Unlimited presents Harlem Renaissance Forever. I'm your GM Mitchell. It's wonderful to be here. And this year's Black History Month TTRPG fundraiser. You guys have found me at Raptor Blue. I have occasionally been here I was here last year. So I just wanted to once again introduce myself. This year, we're raising funds for the Lavender Rights Project. The Lavender Rights Project is a Black trans feminist organization committed to dismantling oppressive systems that disproportionately harm Black communities. Our sponsors being, Transplanter RPG and Frivolous Bear Studios and Thought Crime Games. Today, we're playing CAIN. For those who don't know what CAIN is a game where you are, well, a bunch of psychics, and you have to live with the trauma of that. Now, for those who have never played a game with Kane before, there are some content warnings, as well as the themes that we're covering today, being that this is going to be set in 1922 Harlem. Heart of the Harlem Renaissance, obviously. Just so you're aware, some of the content warnings we're going to have, it's going to be some of the violence or the implied violence of the Jim Crow era, some minor racism, maybe some body horror, some epic combat if we ever get to it, as well as just commentary of the time and how it passed down to nowadays. Can I introduce the rest of my cast, please? My wonderful players. Who wants to go
I,
first?
I can go first. Hi, my name is Erica. You can find me on Instagram at that girl from Uganda or on Twitch at Merzana the Paladin. I will be playing Sanyu today.
Awesome. Let's just go down the list. We have Charlie next. Chuck.
Hey, what's the word, blurs and nerds? It's me, Mark J. I am playing, Chuck Webbing, who's based off the drummer Chick Webb. Yeah, you can find me at Apocalyptic Unlimited. You can find me on Blue Sky at, I think, GM Mark J. I think I picked that one, even though it's been a minute since I've GM'd anything. So, but yeah, happy to be here. Happy playing with y'all. So let's do it.
And then lastly but not least, Gray.
Hello, my name is Gray. My pronouns are they, them, and today I'm going to be playing Maddie Wilson, laundress, poet, suddenly beset by terrible psychic powers. And you can find me online at on Blue Sky at aliengenic.bsky.social.
Now, are we all ready to jump into the game? Some of you guys are really excited to get this started. I think that's a yes.
I just want to know how it's going to go because I am
As ready as can be.
Yeah.
Awesome. Then let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and start where every good story begins with, a bit of a world building monologue. Beneath the crushing weight of humanity's existence, there's a roiling psychic sea, holding all of humanity's wants, memories, needs, and desires combined. Most never notice this, not until an event causes a breach in that veil. Harlem, New York, 1922. The budding exhibition of the Harlem Renaissance, entire neighborhoods dedicated to exploring the Black experience in America. From across the globe, British, French, and other colonies in the Caribbean and more found a place in the vibrant nightlife against the violence of Jim Crow. Even in the dead of winter, Harlem's glitter roads were maintained by dedicated sweepers. Its textile shops, fashionistas, cafes, and residents were kept alive by the hands of those who believed in a better world. Until one day, the sun didn't rise, and the moon didn't rise either. The vibrant, budding life of Harlem was stifled, smothered under something that hung over those 20 blocks. No one knew what it was. Factory workers, agents, canvassiers, sanitors, sextons, none could leave. A swirling dome of opaque liquid glass seemed to hang over Harlem, leaving its fate uncertain. And that's when the chaos starts. Ordinary people, poets, rent party pianists, Pullman porters, nurses, number runners, even moonshiners awoke the strange and terrifying powers of the psychic sea. Forced into a calling, forced to survive. And to survive, they must kill. To win, they must kill 100 times. You've all been drawn here by chance, by fate, by the psychic undertow of the sea. You may not know each other yet, but you feel it. A pull, a resonance. Something in the air has changed and it's looking right back at you. So I'm going to ask my players, where do you find yourselves?
I can go first again.
Sure.
Sanyu, I think, is in their apartment right now. I think Sanyu is very kind of introverted a lot of the time, especially during the day. And though right now you can't even really tell if it's day, that is just a place where they're more comfortable. Um, there's someone else in the apartment that they're not used to having there. And so I think they're also just kind of puttering around a little bit unsure what to do with themselves with this other person to take care of in their apartment. But they're just kind of like looking out the window every now and then, just looking at the dark sky and worrying, mostly just worrying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. While you're sitting in your apartment, there's a knock at the door. The other person, this small black boy that you've recently rescued when during a car accident. Somebody was trying to leave and they had hit this dome that hung over. No one knew where the parents went, but you did find this child, Reno. He's not talking too much right now. Maybe a little too scared, maybe a little too scarred, maybe not sure how to process what's going on. But he looks up when there's a knock at the door.
Stay right there. I'm gonna see who it is. And Sanyu will approach the door. Sanyu, I think, is regular, kind of like 5'7", dark skin, hair in what we'd probably call like a teeny weeny afro these days, but it's just the way that they normally have their hair, as their like parents often do as well. And they're wearing I don't know if anyone's ever heard of this. It's called a kanzu. It's like a tob or like a robe, a tunic that is worn mostly by men in East African cultures and some other African cultures as well. Although the skirt and like dress of it all means that often people don't remark too much about the fact that it's a woman wearing it here in America,
Mhm.
and they'll open the door.
Open the door. The door leads into this long hallway of one of the many residential blocks of this building. We'll go ahead and say you live on, Strivers Row, off of West 140th Street. Standing there is rather rail thin man. Suit was once well pressed, kind of hangs open, very like honey brown skin, hair. He once had a lot of gel in it. So it's a little flaky, very clean shaven though. Like you can start to see the curls come by. And he just gives you this very weak smile. He goes, "Oh, good to see you. Yeah, glad you're here." And you recognize him as kind of your landlord and real estate agent, John Nails.
John. Oh, and Sanya is going to like kind of step out of the way to let him into the apartment. She kind of glances both ways down the hallway as she lets him in, and then she closes the door and locks it again. I'm so glad. Okay, I didn't know if anyone in the building was still alive. I thought it might just be me.
Yeah, that's what I've been going around to as well. Just been looking around. We got some people here, from the silent protest parade that are going to other properties, making sure people are okay. We're kind of just getting a list. It's been it's been a while. You got water, right? Food?
Yes, I have some water and food stored away. Um, Sanyu thinks to like some jerrycans that they have stored underneath the sink that they just have always kept filled, even in non-emergency situations. Uh, there's a boy. I found a boy yesterday. I don't know if he's from our. I don't even know if he's from our neighborhood. Reno. And she'll try and like call him over to see
Yeah.
if he'll approach.
Reno does look up. Reno has not said much in like the last day. He's got those wide, hollow eyes. His hair used to be just very kept short, and he's probably wearing something a little more comfortable now, thanks to you, compared to what he was wearing before, the button up and overalls. Uh, he does look up and he just kind of silently nods and goes back to just kind of staring at you probably gave him some sort of toy or something to distract him, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so he's going back to kind of just staring at that, not even really engaging, just 1,000 miles away.
I don't know who his parents are.
Yeah, we got a couple other like that too. There's some people gathering. We're kind of trying to figure out what's going on. They're going to the 101 Ranch. Do you know where that is?
No.
That's fine. If you want to come, I'll guide you. I'll walk you there. Uh, Reno's Reno's welcome too.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Are we going right now? Is it in some time?
Let me check the rest of this row. Make sure that nobody else is here. If they are, see if we can lead anyone else away. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Stay right here. I'll be right back. And John leaves and he goes around knocking on the rest of the doors, trying to tally a list of those who are willing to go or not. After about
Uh,
30 more minutes, he does come back and he goes, "Only person who's still here is old man Van down at the end. He doesn't want to go anywhere though. Saying something about saying this happened before. I don't know what he's talking about."
this happened.
Yeah.
I'm Samuel looks a little like very bemused. I know that I'm new to New York. I feel like maybe we'd have seen something about this in the newspapers if it had happened before, right? Or it would be in like a museum.
No, not here. Old Man Van comes from Oklahoma.
And he does not know where that is.
That's fair. He just kind of shrugs. I guess we can get him out. You can ask him about it. But for now, let's go to the 101. And he
Uh,
takes you and Reno out into the snowy night. Let's go ahead and move to our next player, Mark.
Yes.
Where are you after this first day?
I am, if it's okay with the GM, I am across the street from the 101. The
Absolutely.
101's a really nice place in the Green Book. Everyone knows to go there. I'm across the street in a really dingy speakeasy little bar. It's got a slightly uplifted stage where the band will play, but the place is empty. No one's here. It's just me and the bartender, and I'm behind the drum set, just keeping a rhythm. Every now and again, I'll sip on a drink. I'm just trying to kind of maintain my composure, I think.
It is chaos out beyond there. Well, not so the chaos kind of died down a little bit, I should say, but it is a harrowing experience to look outside those windows. There are cars that have been left abandoned. There are people listlessly wandering around in the snow trying to figure out what happens or what is happening. And perhaps more terrifyingly for you is the things you see at the edge of all of this that are peeking in through the window. These, they don't seem to respond to you, but they are almost malformed humanoids, long faces, wide eyes, just mouths that occasionally gape wide open, and they stand easily twice your height. They're not doing anything. They're just watching.
Wow. I think every time I see one kind of peek through the window, I get the drums a little flourish, like a machine gun shot, like gunfire, and hopes I might scare him away. Um, I wave to the bartender.
Yeah, bartender approaches, slightly older man. He's got a well-groomed beard. Hey, he's gone bald, so we just had to shave it all off. You looking for another one?
I don't know, man. What do you put in these ones? I'm seeing all kinds of things these days.
Well, I can't exactly serve you alcohol.
Well, don't exactly serve me some whiskey then.
I will certainly not serve you that. While he pours you another glass of whiskey.
All right. Well, I didn't see it, and you didn't see it, just like those things outside.
Wait, what things outside?
I'll just play a little bit of drum. Oh, this is things may be in our nightmares. Things may be real.
Oh yeah, after this last day, it seems like there's a whole lot of nightmares out there, isn't there?
But I got to say, better than being back down south.
I bet.
I mean, at least these monsters aren't. Oh, okay. They're eating people, but they're not lynching people. That's a big difference.
You do look at the window, and there is one that just has almost like the Jupiter painting just is swallowing a body that had fallen over from a recent accident during this chaos, and it just stops and stares at you as you two make eye contact. The bartender, Neri, just, what are you staring at?
It's hard to say. Better you not know, to be honest.
All right, all right. Well, as long as the coppers don't come around, you can have as much as you want.
Oh, that's right. So give me a double or a triple. Just leave the bottle. What are we doing?
Yeah, he hands it over. Look, you didn't get it from me. You didn't get it from Queenie. All right. Well, he points across the street of the 101. A lot of people walking over there. You know why?
Because they got better drinks, more women,
Well, if that's the
better
case, you can
bands.
walk on over there.
Listen, we've been in this thing for a long time now. I'm just here to support you. I think I'm really there. Chuck's really there just to be like, let me make sure this guy does not get eaten. He's pretty vulnerable out here.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. And it's been a long night of darkness. So this is just a place I come to just relax and unwind where it's very little pressure. All the big Harlem Renaissance celebs aren't there, all the big bands aren't there. So it's just a place where I can just vibe and chill out without being just kind of socially conscious.
Completely understandable. Completely understandable. You do see, besides the monsters, there are roving groups of people, survivors maybe, but this one you get is more soldier-like in appearance, as they're making their way around. They do stop, look at the 101, and then turn, look at your window, and recognize the light is on. And Neri, shit, it's the Rattlers.
The who now?
You never heard of the Harlem Rattlers?
Oh, the Harlem Rattlers. Yeah. Okay. But just in case I haven't.
Yeah. Look, as long as you don't piss off their main boy, Raydale, you should be fine. But so they came back from the war and they haven't been the same.
Who came back from the war the same anyway?
That's true. But a couple do peel off and do step into the bar you're currently at. About 3 of them. They look more controlled than a lot of other folks that have been trying to figure out what's happened this last day. Long coats, but perhaps the most obvious thing about them is the guns at their hips, fully brandished. Not quite a threat, but it is not far from their hand at all. 2 of them step to the side of you as one approaches you and Neri and leans on the bar, looks at the bottle, looks at you, looks at Neri. Can I get some? Neri kind of pauses for a minute and then, okay, sure. Takes the bottle and pours this other rattler a drink and then hands it back to you. Takes a lot of balls to stand out here, not go find a group.
A group for what?
That's what we're trying to find out. Isn't just us in here.
So you can see him too.
He pauses for a minute and looks outside. And that's when you can kind of see it now. One of his eyes is changed. It is no longer, it would have looked maybe but scarred at some point, but it is not that way anymore. The pupil has developed into an odd amalgamation of things. There are several pupils inside, or several irises and pupils inside of it now. Almost as if it is entirely composed of just an endless fractal of growths. And he nods and goes, yeah. Last 24 hours have been a hell of an experience.
I take a long sip from my drink and set it down on the stool next to me. Pick up a rhythm on the drums. Yeah, it's been a night, all right. But you boys seem to be making out okay.
That's because some of us have a little bit more than just these. And he pats the gun. So that's why I'm asking you again, who you with?
Well, right now, just me, Neri, And it's your whiskey.
It's a good answer. It's a good answer. You want to keep an eye out then. We got some other people in here with us that shouldn't be here. Pinkertons going around causing issues.
Let me guess. The Pinkertons?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You see them, you look for any of us rattlers, and we'll deal with them. You understand?
Yeah, I'll let you know if I see him, because I'm not dealing with him.
Understood.
I'll leave it up to you.
Yeah. He downs his drink, nods, and if you're looking for anything else, though, you can always head up to the Dunbar Apartments. That's where we're hanging out. You need protection. Understood?
Yeah, you boys sure are being friendly, I guess. I think.
We got to keep each other in mind, don't we?
I can appreciate that.
And he nods and leaves. You see another group go into the 101 as you are sitting there tapping on your drums, and the pale men that have been watching from the window turn and start making their way into the 101 as well. And we'll go to Gray.
Yeah, I think Maddie, kind of short, has hair kind of pulled back and like in a poofy bun, like very low, with her hair, kind of medium light skin. And I think she's just walking sort of listlessly around, like away from her apartment building, and the camera moves behind her and you can see that the like maybe like 3 floors up, all of the windows are utterly shattered, and bricks are falling out, and she looks like she's walking away from that building. And I think we just flash back to maybe 20 minutes ago, and just this psychic burst emanating from her, as the terrors come down and she screams, and it just amplified and exploded outwards, and she's just mouthing words to herself, but no sound is coming out, as she's sort of like wandering along the streets, kind of wondering what the fuck she just did.
Fair. And Maddie wouldn't be the only one wandering in the streets listening,
Oh
but
no.
definitely some of the ones that would that you there's something different about you. In fact, something different about all of you, but it depends on how it develops, and sometimes a little bit more traumatic than others. But speaking of that, as you are wandering and you are kind of just stepping through the snow, and you're trying to orient yourself, trying to orient this new power of yours, trying to orient what you can do with it. There's a collection of folks, I would say mixed folks. There's a couple white, a lot of black, but they are standing around a corner, and there is something on the ground, an entity or a creature that defies anything that you've seen, Maddie. It is almost nothing but legs coming out of a center, as if a spider was strapped to a spider, strapped to another spider. All the legs are twisting. It doesn't seem to be trying to be violent, but it is alive in some sense. Couple of
Yeah,
the
I think
go ahead.
Oh no, I was
No,
about to
you're
say
good.
like the twitching noises, probably the chatter kind of pulls her out of the shock a little bit. And she sort of makes her way towards the crowd, kind of like, like gently pushing through, but like not like very assertively, to try to see what's going on, because yeah, there's been the past 24 hours you've seen stuff that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, the last 24 hours have been a little weird. And what's worse is this combination of spider. The people
Hmm.
around it. There are a couple aren't armed, but there are two men at least holding uh submachine guns. And they're also poking at this creature and they're trying to figure out what type of fauna this is. Two more. One, a large tan skinned man, very, very coily hair. Uh, but he has pressed his outfit recently. Knuckles covered in tattoos. And you've been in Harlem for a little bit, right, Maddie?
Yeah, I would say like probably raised
Yeah,
here.
then you would recognize this, especially with like the long beard, with a stripe of like white down the middle, as he's just holding himself by the lapels of his jacket. You recognize him as Big or Big Ziegel, and he just see this freak of nature here. We can protect you from that. Might only cost some food, some money, but we got your back. And he's just proclaiming this as you walk by, and the creature twitching in your presence, almost as if trying to climb or crawl its way towards you.
Yeah, I think Maddie, takes that in, looks like, is, kind of maybe scoots to the edge of the crowd and starts, making her way towards that creature. Just, I think, with that same sort of, that it's drawn to her, she's drawn to it. And seeing, just sort of seeing what happens as she like, starts kind of closing the distance a little bit.
Yeah, as you start closing the distance, you get closer, and this spindly entity starts trying to pull itself towards you. Big pulls from his jacket just this hefty looking pistol and fires off a couple more rounds. People jump, some push back and almost scatter. Uh, and he doesn't seem no one seems to know that it was coming towards you. It just was alive. And
Hmm.
after a couple of shots, he empties the entire clip into it effectively. And as he's reloading, oh hello. Sorry, my own cat decided to come say hi. He looks out along the crowd. And Big lives up to his name. He's a very barrel-chested man, easily 6'5". Uh, so he's able to scan the crowd very well. This is what we can do for you. Any questions? People look at each other for a minute. Some shake their head, others don't. A couple of the other people that are following him do go out, and there is just they pull out like a carrying case, a big bucket, effectively. Put the crate on the ground, pull it back. There are just guns. There are just layers of weapons that they have either smuggled and have brought or have stashed away for an event just in case.
Is the thing still twitching and moving, or
It
has
is,
it?
it is, it had tried to, it had
Okay.
tried to, you see a couple of legs and then it just kind of collapses.
Yeah, yeah. I think Maddie looks at this, crate of guns, looks at Big, looks at, this crowd of just very obviously scared people. They're looking to survive and she's looking to survive, but I think she, you know, shakes her head a little bit. Not for me. Not for me. And I think she's saying it quietly, so it's in case, something happens. But kind of looks at, I think probably catches Big's eye actually as she kind of turns to make her way to leave and wander where her feet take her.
Okay. Where does Maddie intend to go? Just kind of around.
Yeah, I was thinking, it would make sense to me that she's going to the 101, living probably fairly close or like obviously in the neighborhood, but a couple blocks from there. I think it's just that same, she's following the compulsions. She's following whatever pull. I don't know if she's quite making informed cognizant decisions
Yeah, you're
at
just
this
following
at
the
this point.
instincts. You're just following the instincts.
Yeah, exactly.
Understood, understood. Because it seems that fate is converging on the 101.
Hmm.
So yeah, you do find yourself out there. There's a group of people, some trying to be let in. Um, some of the bouncers out there trying to keep it relatively contained so everyone doesn't just mob inside of the 101. Uh,
Hmm.
and even one of the madams of the 101, Ruby Lee is out there. All right, everyone's gonna get in just one at a time. We don't need you all bulldozing through. Some people aren't listening; they're trying to push their way through. But I will say that is a perfect time for two of our players to meet.
I think Sanyu is towards the back of the crowd with people like pushing, trying to get in. She's just cognizant of how small Reno is and how easy it would be for them to get like separated in the crowd. So I think as everyone is kind of trying to push forward, she's kind of like staying back and like letting John push forward if he wants to do that.
Yeah, John's trying to go in with all elbows, trying to push his way in. Like he's not trying to be rude about it, but he is trying to like knock some people aside and help out the bouncers that are there. And the bouncers, they don't want to totally reject everybody as the obvious, but they are like trying to stop folks from just pushing through the front doors into the 101. But back in the back, you do see is Maddie's fairly young, correct?
Yeah, I would say like, very early 20s or so. And I think, sort of, yeah, like on the shorter side. Sort of making her way, has like a small handbag and is just like a woman, like a young woman, like kind of walking alone in the streets, with this sort of dead and wild look in her eye at the same time. Kind of making her way up to the crowd, and I think sort of like looks, hearing all the shouting and the elbowing, and just sort of like looks up and kind of does the double take of like realizing that you're somewhere you didn't expect to be. Um,
Understandable, understandable. So yeah, so
yeah.
like as you're kind of in the back, John is trying to help out the bouncers and kind of straighten out the line. There is you do see a child staring at you, and it is Reno. He's clinging on to Sansu's clothes fairly tightly, and he just has these wide eyes, he's staring at you for a moment, and he turns and he looks at Sansu, and there's just you can kind of see it even even through like this distance in his expression, where he is like there's a recognition.
I think Sanyu has just been rambling, just like talking without even hearing themselves, trying to distract, from the chaos around them. I think they did grab their like baseball bat as they were leaving the apartment, and they're trying to do a trick of conversation that they have often employed where they will state wrong things about baseball in an attempt to get Americans to engage with them by explaining the actual rules of baseball, which they just cannot seem to grasp or remember or understand in any kind of capacity. And it has not been working. We know it's just kind of been disengaged the entire time, but it's the only strategy that Sanyu has to try. And I think like catching Reno glancing up at them, they're gonna look down at him, look at Maddie, who he's staring at, and be like, "Do you know her?"
He takes Reno takes a moment and seems to struggle, almost as if trying to say words before he shakes his head. He doesn't recognize Maddie, but there is something in at play here, and he's trying to formulate it. Like he trying to think of how the best way to phrase this. He does then points to somebody who is down an alleyway, as there is on the side of the 101. Very, very, very mousy looking man, very narrow, very, very wolfish face, wiry hair. He's signaling to you guys like, "Hey, this way, come on, come on, come on."
Sanyu
And
is so
it's like kind of people in the back, so that includes you, Reno, Maddie, some other people. I would say Chuck is even able to kind of see it from where he is, since he's staring out the window.
Sanyu would normally never take this invitation to go down an alleyway, but I think just looking at the continued chaos of the crowd and seeing that Reno seems to want to like go to this man, they just look up into the heavens, apologize to their ancestors if they die in this alleyway, and then takes Reno to go see what this man wants.
Maddie, do you join?
Yeah, I think I would,
Perfectly fair. Right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you come by. He is a white man. Oh, good, good. I was. Are you trying to get inside?
Yes.
Okay, come on, follow me. And he walks you around the long side, the back side of the 101 through the alley. And he this big steel door. He kind of messes with it for a second before he's able to pull it up and push. And he struggles with it. And he's like, "Oh, God, I need your help. Come here." And if you join in, because a couple other people might have seen it happen, but they're more focused on everything else going on. But if you all help, you're able to push open, and there is just a kind of a walk-in fridge in the back for deliveries.
Oh, this works.
Yep, not a problem. Let's get you on the main floor, yeah?
Thank you.
Yep. And he after you guys walk in, he closes the door and he leads you through the kind of walk-in like larder past this, as you can probably smell as you walk by, a moonshining operation in the back, and then onto the main floor of the 101, this large nightclub. There was once a band there, but they have set out to set up some cots and blankets for people. Probably about 20 people are inside right now. And there is another foyer, and then the outside where people are kind of yelling to get in. Some of the groups already peeled off to try to find a different location where they can gather. Um, But the man who has let you in just kind of slumps a little bit as you guys are all inside. Oh, it's good. It's good. I think we're full right now. Oh, sorry, I didn't introduce myself. Kenneth, nice to meet you. And he offers his hand, and Reno immediately pulls his own hand back.
Seeing Reno withdraw, Sanyu does not offer their hand either, but does smile and say, Sanyu.
Maddie.
Oh, pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you. And he is. He gestures to the kid.
This is my younger brother,
Oh,
Patrick.
that's good. That's good. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. I understand. And he kind of gestures to himself. It's a little weird right now. Yeah.
I'm sure he just needs some sleep.
It happens. Things are a little weird. I'm gonna go help out Ruby Lee. If you need anything else, just holler. And he pauses for a minute and kind of looks around, looks at Reno with that almost half step, like he's aborting the idea of trying to get Reno to shake his hand again. And then he walks off and he starts helping out with like this makeshift kitchen that they set up. That some of the that other people are volunteering to help clean up. You know, some more people are being let in into the 101. They kind of see the situation and then they go like, maybe not here. They'll find somewhere else. But I go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think cognizant of the fact that they did leave John outside, Sanyu is just going to try and like catch his eye through the door to let him know that like Reno and Sanyu have been able to get inside.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'd be able to help him get inside, but I think she's just like, he's going to think we just disappeared off the street, and that's not great.
That is going to be a problem. I'll say you get like to the main foyer, and John has managed to get himself to the front and is going, Ruby knows me. Ruby knows me. And he pauses, sees you. Huh? One of the bouncers like clasps John on the shoulder, almost about to shove him back, and like looks back, sees you, sees John. Ruby, barrel-chested woman, like just muscular, just from field work, probably older in age. Like her hands are those of sharecropper hands, is a better way to put this. And let him in. John joins you inside, and he's just like, well, that's good. They got the whole operation set up. Are you going to be okay in here?
I don't know if I have a choice other than to be, so yeah.
Understood, understood. He turns and looks at you, Maddie. Don't recognize you. John Nails, good to meet you.
Maddie Wilson.
Name sounds familiar.
Yeah, I, lived live a bit south of here, so I've been around the neighborhood. My mother around the neighborhood.
Yeah, I think I remember your mother. Yeah, it came from my late associate. Yeah, you live in the James Von Deersy studios, right?
Yeah. What's left
okay.
of them?
Yeah, I heard about the fire recently. Something no one caught it before whatever he gestures aside caused it. I'm sorry,
I think she just sort of like, you know, is just like, well, like the expression of what can you do? The world's gone to shit.
if
More to shit.
yeah, and he kind of is like, when we get out of here, I'll find you something. I got properties all over. We'll find you something.
Thank you.
Of course, can't leave any of ours out in the streets, especially not during winter. I'm gonna go check
Yeah.
some of the other buildings. You guys just wait here, okay? And as he leaves, I would say this is where I will say, Chuck. There, you'll see some of the rattlers threaten and push their way in
Oh,
to the 101. The bouncers try and stop them. The one that you talked to, the man with the twisted eye, just shows them his pistol, and the bouncer goes, "Okay, okay," and they're allowed inside.
hey, Neri, put the drinks on my tab, man. I got some business to take care of, I think.
No problem. You just stay safe, okay?
Yeah, something's going on over at the 101, and I don't know. Just call me over there.
Understood. Understood. You're welcome back here, but hopefully once it's all over, you'll be able to pay.
I step out the door.
You do, and you head to the 101. The crowd is kind of dissipated nowadays. Like now, they're going to find other places they can go rest, other places where they might find shelter, uh, and perhaps more unfortunate for you, Chuck, is that around the 101 now, hanging off the building, looking over like the skyline or the city line, is more of those pale things,
Hmm.
those pale creatures. They are just at the very edge of the vision. They are not engaging, they're not eating, but they're there. And it seems more like they are drawn to a very similar power that you have been struggling with.
As I cross the street, in my mind, I'm kind of walking in time to a rhythm that I always keep with me, just a 4/4 time, just a steady step. And I try to keep my focus on that, and I try to keep that eye, that like a spider's eye, like a strange eye, just kind of shake that feeling of that eye looking at me as I try to cross the street. And I just have this rhythm within me as I cross the street and make it to the 101. I think about going to the back door, which I usually get in by. But I just want to see what's going on with these rattlers, like checking with the bartender, with the bouncers. You guys doing all right?
Bouncer is a fairly broad shouldered man. Looks like a laborer of some sort. May have worked on the Harlem River when everything wasn't locked off. Yeah, best I can be. It's it's been chaos here. There's been a fire down south. Something happened on Polo Ground. The Morris Park is something. Heard rumors from people down there. It's we don't know what's going on.
You guys keep your eyes open, and I feel kind of the vision, the pressure of those white beings, those tall, kind of pale beings looking down at me. So, guys, keep your eyes open. Be ready for anything now.
He kind of crosses his arms and struggles. Yeah, we all feel the pressure of them white beings staring down on us, right? But he lets you in. Ruby Lee has stepped inside to kind of follow, and as you are stepping in, we're gonna merge scenes together. The man that you had seen, Chuck, the soldier from the Harlem Rattlers, the one with the eye that has been mutated. You reckon you've seen more now as you step in. Other people have been changed. Some are able to hide it, others it's hidden under their clothes, creeping mutations up around the neck or down the hands. Like some are chitin, some are scales, some are fur that shouldn't be there. Others are wearing scarves now around their mouth, where you can start to see along the back has changed into some sort of split jaw. It's a very minor number, very minor amount, but they're more prevalent amongst the Harlems or the Harlem Rattlers. And the one you were talking to, wearing a hat, like long overcoat. He had put the gun back in his holster. Listen up. We're gonna be taking over the 101. This is a safe spot, right? And Ruby is right beside you. Again, very, very broad woman, older woman. sharecropper woman, hair's pulled up in just a series of puffs to keep them out of her hair, head wrap. Now look up. Queenie ain't gonna be a fan of that. I don't give a damn what Queenie says. Queenie ain't here now, is she? Well, she could be. We don't know where she is. Until she shows up, then I'll be the one taking over. Unless Queenie is somewhere in this building, we'll keep you safe. Excuse me, that's in my throat. Woo! Until we figure out what's going on. And there's rumbling amongst the crowd. Ooh, that's awkward. There's rumbling amongst the crowd. Turns out I need a water over coffee. Make sure you hydrate. All trying to figure out kind of what's going on. Some of the rattlers have set up in the corner. Other ones are busy checking people over for more of those aberrations, those mutations. And you see the two other people that had crept through the back. So the question is, now that everyone's here, what do we do?
I think I'm gonna go and find the two that what's his name? Kenneth? Did I know Kenneth or not? Was Kenneth a known person in the establishment?
I would say yes. Kenneth is an Irish laborer. He mostly works janitorial. He does some laundry. He's kind of a gig worker around around Harlem. He's known for doing a lot of things. He doesn't make and he's known for not making his presence like that much of an issue.
Right. I feel like everyone would know Kenneth. Everyone in the scene would know Kenneth for obvious reasons. It's like a sore thumb, but I want to go find the two people he kind of let in through the back door and see what's going on with them, because I just feel some kind of calling with them. I'm gonna approach Sonia, Sunyu, thank you, and Maddie,
and Maddie and Reno.
And Reno. I don't think I take notice of Reno quite yet. Now, how's everyone doing over here?
As has happened, you catch Sanyu in the middle of a sentence because rambling is just their natural state of existence. They were kind of like a teenage boy, like working himself up to like defend or like interject on like a girl that like a boy that is talking to a girl he likes. She had been like looking at Ruby kind of besotted and like almost but not really going to intervene while she was talking to the Rattler, but the gun and everything about his presence just kind of like meant that she would never have actually like interacted. But she's talking about like, oh, I like if he'd started anything I would have stepped in and she would not have. um uh we're okay, I think. Um, Rough day.
You don't say.
I don't like this. And kind of glancing at the rattlers who sort of took charge and are moving about the space. This something doesn't feel right. What are they looking for? What do they want?
I think they're looking for people like us.
Like us?
And I think at that, Maddie kind of like looks down, just that sort of like trying to make herself smaller a little bit, like to take the attention away. But I think would I have like, is Big kind of associated with this group, or is it like
No.
another faction, so to speak?
So would Maddie have a lot of experience with like the world of criminality?
I would say the rumblings that you hear just from being around the neighborhood, and not to look out the window when you hear gunshots.
Yeah.
You
So
know, you know, we all don't talk about it, but we all kind of know a little something.
I would say with the combined the knowledge of Maddie and Chuck, it's you guys
Mhm.
can parse enough that there are at least three. There's at least three criminal factions, and even then, criminal is kind of eh. There are at least three underground factions, I'll say, in
Mhm.
Harlem.
Okay.
There is the Harlem Mob, which is run by Big and
Mhm.
others. Um, they tend to be a lot more Italian, Jewish, Mediterranean is a good way to put it too. There is the Black Mafia, which is they're less protection racket like and more number games, scamming other folks and funneling money into Harlem. And then there is the Harlem Rattlers, like you're kind of dealing with right now. These guys are heavy protection racket. A lot of them are ex World War One soldiers.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, you know, looks at Chuck and is just like Big and his gang are out on the streets pulling the same sort of deal. Just seems folk taking advantage.
I should probably announce when I give you guys little advancement points because that was a good assessment.
Uh, so Big is, and Sanyu just sounds lost. Someone from this group, and she's just pointing at the Rattlers.
No, he's from the mob.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
concerning.
Well,
There's
you know, you look the other way and hope they don't catch your eye, but and I think, you know, like looking at there's probably some rattler who's getting closer and closer to our little group, you know, as he's, you know,
There's
making
two of them, yeah.
yeah. Hope you don't
Like you
catch anyone's eye.
you recognize Granville McCoy, just another he's kind of a local to the area. I would say Chuck like has even worked with him. He's a celloist, he's a painter, he's a father of three. Like they're even checking him for mutations and changes, and it's not obvious until they like pull open his shirt, and it is a weird coil of muscles on the inside of his chest. I didn't do nothing. It just happened. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. They don't mark him down, but they do push him into like a side of the 101 that is that has been almost designated now for those mutations. Those with as you hear the rattlers kind of mumble amongst themselves, the marks.
I think being in this kind of larger space with so many people who have these marks, Sanyu becomes aware that because they don't think about their body on purpose most of the time, and they haven't looked in a mirror without like their full kind of covering recently, they don't actually know if they have any of those marks now. Oh, so people, when you say like us, you mean people with marks?
more or less, yeah, yeah. By the way, do you have an accent?
Sanyu sounds, it's weird. It sounds kind of like it sounds like me. Because I did grow up in Uganda listening to like American television, and so it sounds, maybe some words get stressed in ways that are like unfamiliar, but for the most part, it's not as noticeable because they did grow up for the most part in
Hmm.
America, just not necessarily in New York specifically.
Okay. I'm just kind of taking notice of the accent. So either you're from East Texas or the motherland?
A little bit of both. My family moved around a little bit after we came to the States. But I am from Uganda, East Africa.
What part of Texas is that?
No, that Uganda is in. So we're next to Kenya.
Oh,
Most people
oh,
recognize Kenya first, and then yeah.
okay.
Sanyu just kind of giggles. Like, I get that. I get that a lot. Kenya is the easier. I don't know why I don't just say Kenya most of the time. It's the easier one to recognize.
These are definitely places I've heard of in storybooks before. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I think we should get settled in for the evening, preferably away from the men with the very big guns.
Don't know if there's much place without them.
I'm sure there's a corner.
Yeah, like one of the rattlers will approach you, kind of looks you all over, and he again, big overcoat, has wearing like a scarf for himself, but he just pull it down to kind of reveal just a very human face. There is a like a burn mark up around like the side of his face. Um, he looks very leathery compared to probably most of you, but then again, he is an ex soldier, so harsher life. Uh, Only got a couple of chests to run on people.
Okay.
So you're on. He kind of looks you over, and he looks you over, and for a moment seems confused. Hands, arms,
Presents them.
they all seem clear. He looks over your head, kind of stops and looks at the three of you, and seems to weigh his options for a moment as he shifts his weight from his from foot to foot. You're clear. And he turns and moves on.
Clear what?
He pauses. Look, I'm not sure fully what's going on. We're being careful. There are people who can do things. Things I can't understand. Sorcery. Best way I
Sorcery.
can describe it. Witchcraft, doesn't mojo, I don't know. But when they tend to have changes when they do. The fire at 24th, that was caused by one of them. At least we think it is.
Maddie's mouth is just shut.
We're just trying to be safe is all.
Okay. Is there anything we should look out for?
Changes in people. Weirdest thing I've seen was a man who had a second mouth. Don't know if this is one of them white folk experiments or what. We're just trying to be careful. Seen some wild things when I was overseas.
Good to know.
But you all, as long as you don't got anything on your chest or your back, you guys are fine.
I think I'm all right.
Understood. Let's just hope there's nothing else going on. And he walks off. Now it takes some time as they finish parsing out. Probably about out of the 20, we'll say 25 people, 26 people that have got into the 101. Only about 7 of them have been pulled aside. They're kind of held there they're kind of held off. The Rattlers have set up a curtain to kind of make everything private for them. Ruby Lee is helping out, and they're just kind of standing around in the corner. Some people have settled in real well. They started playing cards. Someone started to drink. Ruby Lee is behind the bar serving food. to people if they can, but they're rationing out everything. And as we settle into the second night of the games, that's when things get even weirder. As all the players are now set, factions are starting to form, and worse yet, the rules. I'm turning on my own light here. For all those who have been touched by the psychic sea, something has happened. You can hear it outside. There is thundering steps beyond these walls and a low rumble that follows in its wake that you can only feel in, I believe for most of us, in your heart, like a heart palpitation. And that's when you hear the voice. Welcome. It is good that you have drank deep of the sea. Now begins the game. All those who have dranken deep must declare their participation in the game of your own choice within 19 days. Any participant who breaks the previous rule shall be subject to having their connection to the sea removed. Non-players who enter the game shall become players at the moment of entrance and shall be considered to have declared participation in the game. Players must kill. You need to kill 100 times. There are others there who will be killing. And once you reach 100 points, you will be able to add one new rule to the game. If a player does not receive a single point within the next 9 to 20 days, you will be subject to removal of your connection to the sea. You may begin, and the admin is watching. And as the thundering goes, you can see it. I'll even say you can see it outside the windows. There is a titanous thing, mountainous in execution outside, almost as if it was part of the dome itself, that you struggle to see past these towering legs. You can hear police sirens in the distance as they're driving towards what may be a massive monster, a manifestation or monster of something. It's very similar to those pale men, or perhaps they're coming here as the rattlers have stepped out. A lot of the rattlers have stepped out to figure out what's going on. The folks inside are all pushing to the windows, but it is the folks behind the curtain that you hear rumbling. Did you hear that? Whoa, what is this, admin? What do you mean we have to kill 100 slashes? What? Do we have to kill each other? No. There's no way that's possible. We shouldn't have to kill each other. That shouldn't be an issue, right? What? And there, you can start to feel not just the chaos from the day before, but now the panic starting to rise. Do you guys have anything else, or should I begin the game? Oh, Mark,
I
you're
think
muted.
you're muted.
Thank you. I think at welcome, when the voice in our head said welcome, Chuck stood up to leave. Nope, I'm out. I head towards the front door and I see those pale figures outside, and I slowed down. Like, damn.
The pale figures have all turned from staring at like the 101,
Mm-hmm.
all of them, and there are a solid 10 now that have gathered in balconies, that have gathered on rooftops, that have gathered in alleyways. They're all staring at this massive entity in the middle of Harlem. It is walking slowly.
Mm.
But
As I open the door, I see that massive figure, and I look up. God damn! Turn back around, get inside.
When we begin the game, are we going to skip forward a little bit in time, or does it start like
a little? We're gonna skip forward a little bit in time.
cool? In that case, I think Sanyu goes into immediate denial, does not acknowledge that she has heard anything, does not acknowledge that people seem to be seeing anything outside, is just kind of determinedly like putting together a sleeping space for the entire, like she's just adopted Maddie and Chuck into this group automatically, and is like setting up the sleeping area. And that night, as she's trying to get like Reno to sleep, she's going to use Sanctum for the first time, which is the passive ability for her um, for her Bane or
Blasphemy. It was like their psychic manifestation. Sorry. Yeah.
Blasphemy. And she's going to try and attempt to tell a story of a palace that she has seen maybe once as a baby and has heard stories about her entire life. The royal palace in Masindi of the Banyora tribe, which is the tribe that her parents hail from. And she's going to tell the story of this palace, trying to comfort Reno and unconsciously drawing all of us as we are getting ready to sleep into the palace. And this allows us to sleep a little bit better. And allows me to specifically give myself and one ally of my choice a +1 to resting rolls.
So it's so we haven't rolled anything for resting, so we don't need to right now. But I'll add that for the next time. I would say definitely for Chuck and Maddie, you are drawn into this sanctum unconsciously, and you start to see beyond these almost psychic manifestation, I would say. How would this manifest with you?
It's sort of like closing your eyes and picturing the like something in a book that you're reading, like getting the picture of it in your mind, except it's so specific. It's as if you can see the actual place. It's as if you're standing in the actual place. You can kind of feel the warmth of it against your, like the warmth of the sun against your skin in this palace. And you can like, there's like art, there's like masks on the walls that you'd have no reason to like recognize or even imagine. It's like someone had taken a picture and just transmitted it psychically into your mind, and suddenly it feels like you're there.
Yeah, you're in this. You all find the three of you, and Reno finds himself all in this mental projection, just drawn into this shared dreamscape where you can feel the sun's warmth. It is a jarring experience, but it's also beautiful in the excuse me, also beautiful in the sense of what you have experienced recently. Less chaotic, less panic, the biting chill of winter being pushed away. And you see these great arching walls, these beautifully painted, carved masks just surround you. And while you do rest, the world outside, however, does not stop moving. As we do move in to the game, no one's sure who started the first killing. Some believe it was Old Man Van, who may have killed a neighbor. Some believe it might have been the local physician, Kadarius Whitaker, who killed his illicit lover, or Cecil Howell, who was a woman infatuated with the taboo performance at Lincoln Theater. But somebody did. And from there, everything has begun to spiral out of control. The second day of the games has arrived. You all find yourself free from this sanctum, this restful, deeply restful sleep, deeply restful experience, a sleep that you probably never experienced before, and are the 101 is relatively safe, but it is far more militaristic now. Over the night, people have thrown tables against the wall or against the doors and the windows to bar people out. There is currently a tense standoff between the rattlers, and beyond the door, you can see 2 cop cars and at least 1 unmarked Pinkerton vehicle with the man stepping out. Ruby Lee Freeman, and everyone else in the 101, we need you to step outside right now. The rattlers have their guns. They've taken cover, and they kind of see you guys like the one you talked to, I would say. The kind of the nicer one. Where the hell were you guys?
We were
Been here the whole
sleeping.
time.
Okay, right. Right. Look, are you guys armed?
Sanyu
Only-
holds up the baseball bat.
Only with a smile.
Maddie nods and I think has her or like opens up her handbag, and in it she has a very it's like a Derringer rifle, like a very small pistol that like does fit inside the handbag but is not going to be doing too much damage, especially comparatively.
He just kind of looks at the 3 of you and Reno and just like, right, just stay down. And he's trying to get you guys down. Look, Roydell said we're holding here until later, but we have them outside. And the Pinkerton approaches. Pinkerton government office is here. Everyone needs to step outside. We don't want to harm anyone. We're just investigating something, and we got caught up in all of this. I'm sure that we can come to an arrangement. Who's your leader? The rattlers kind of look around for each other. The one that's been talking to you, Eris. We'll give him a name, Eris. Look, Roydale, he's not here yet. He's in another building. He's starting to help out some other folks that have shown up. He says he heard something. If you don't send someone out to talk, we're gonna have to start shooting, and we don't want to do that. Do we, boys? There's sort of rumbling inside now. Now, the group that has been in the 101 has dwindled down from 26 people down to probably about 13. Most of them being people who've been changed by their connection to the psychic sea. It's like go ahead.
I was just going to say, as soon as Eris told us to get down, Sanyu did fully take Reno and just like huddle down behind a table, trying to keep out of like she doesn't want people to even know that they're here. People had lost sight of them already.
Yeah, they just have he's not sure fully what happened with your palace. You guys were physically there, but at the same time, no one knows what happened. It might have been some sort of psychic filter. It might have been you guys just being brought into Sansu's head. Who knows from the outside? But Eris does like help kind of keep people down. They're trying to keep it quiet.
Do we have like line of sight to that head Pinkerton guy, or is it like there's too much building and stuff and he's just calling through?
He's calling through.
Okay.
They've closed the door, but you can kind of already see that there was an attempt to breach the 101 at some point. Just a large gap, like someone had fired a shotgun point blank range through it. So I would say you can kind of see him, and he is despite all the chaos the last 2 days, finally dressed. Full three-piece suit, even the collar's up around his neck. He's got the badge hanging there. He's wearing a winter jacket over it. He doesn't seem to be armed right now, but he is almost a classically handsome man, just chiseled jaw, high cheekbones, very pale skin, and hair that has been just slick, greased back to the point that it is flat against his scalp.
Does
He
he look like he's been changed or mutated at all that we
he
can see?
he doesn't seem to. He seems to be
Okay.
a normal dude. He is wearing gloves, he is wearing a jacket, so it's kind of hard to tell,
Yeah.
but he seems to be as normal a human as you can come.
I think I would like to use my agenda ability, Unveil, and ask,
Ooh.
what is this leader of the Pinkertons afraid of?
That is a good question. Um, it takes a moment as you use your agenda ability. The agenda ability is a part of just how you manifest your powers. So as you are focusing, you can feel it around you, almost like the rippling as you are almost like dunking your head into a cold or into the ocean, is a better way to put it.
Hmm.
You can feel almost the salt brining against your skin as you do. He used to be afraid of. I'll give you two answers. He used to be afraid of. Uh, I'm gonna say revenge. Someone seeking revenge on him.
Hmm.
He is now afraid of an oppressed minority gaining powers that cannot be explained.
Okay. Hell yeah. Um, all right.
I mean, well, hell, no one else is going. I'll go.
Okay, what are you gonna
There's
do?
Okay.
the ground
Yeah.
shot.
All right, Chuck. Chuck, mustering yourself up. What are you gonna do?
I'll say I'll do a little quick exposition. I know that I've always been cursed. It's the reason why I've had trouble finding work as a musician. Reason why I've had few friends. Reason why I've hit the bottom maybe one too many times. In the corner of my eye, I can always see my grandfather, who was a drummer on the Confederate side of the war, forced to play the drum, forced to stand out front and play the drums on the Confederate side. He died, was shot, killed, and I can always see him just kind of on the edge of the my vision. And he walks up to me and hands me his drum, which is my cursed object. And I just kind of keep a light rhythm on this battlefield drum as I head outside, um, kind of ready for anything.
You do. You're this percussion drum manifests, and those who are not psychically sensitive are kind of going are watching you walk by, and Eris even stands up to try and stop you for a second, and then it sees it and it's like, did you always have that? But if you're just gonna keep walking, that's fine. As you step outside into the cold, stark difference from what you experienced beforehand. As the pressed Pinkerton agent is standing there, there are several cops outside, guns drawn and aimed. Ah, that's good. Right, introductions. Roosevelt Marshall, you must be.
Chuck Webbin.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Webbin. Now, I'm sure you're a good boy and all, but we just need to get into the 101 and investigate some things. You don't mind that, do you?
No, Mister, I'm not the owner of the place. I just came to make sure that everything went safe and sound. Because all your boys got your guns drawn on the place for no reason at all, as far as I'm concerned. And
Well,
I also gaze up at that giant thing, that giant walking thing, and I'm just like, What the hell's going on?
It is a weird combination
Mm-hmm.
of an octopus and a spider.
Oh my god.
So as it's even sitting above there and it's just a scintillation of colors, it almost seems the moment you step out, like the underside of its skin, 30, 40 meters up, has just changed into a pattern of like an eye watching you,
Oh,
watching this interaction.
oh my god. Looking right at us. Oh wow. Okay. Um, I think anyone who doesn't have the kind of psychic visiony thing, they see my hands in front of me kind of like a twitch, but it's me kind of just on my drum, on my spectral drum, like most people can't see. Um, like I said, I'm not the owner of the place, and I don't think you want to go in there. It's a, it's a colored establishment. You have your places downtown, we have our places here in Harlem.
That's true. It's true. Unfortunately, I'm on federal contract. So it doesn't matter if it's a colored establishment. So we can solve this.
Try not to drag the party into combat like immediately.
Oh, look, I am very close to just following you and fucking this guy up, man.
Listen, you want to solve this? How can we solve this without any anyone getting hurt?
Well, it really depends, because here's the thing. We are investigating some very high level issues here. You understand that?
Oh, I think I understand.
Mm-hmm. So, what we need is to get in there, investigate, and make some arrests. And if we ain't able to do that, you're obstructing justice. I don't think you very much like that.
I think I like my freedom, but I think I like Harlem even more.
You can keep both. You know that, right, boy?
Okay. YOLO. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think seeing that Maddie also stands up from where we were hiding and steps out. I think kind of in the door. So like, not really outside, but kind of like you're able to see this young woman kind of like in the door. About how many cops are there, would you say?
I
And
there are
and like
that's there's two
like
cop cars that were fully loaded, so I'm gonna
two
say
fully loaded,
I'm gonna say there's 8 altogether, and
eight altogether.
there's 2
Okay.
Pinkertons.
Eight altogether and two Pinkertons. Okay. Let's see. I can't. I think what I would like to do is, step forward just a little bit. And I would like to use my ability narrate, which is to say I pick a category which I believe is one sized group of humans in
A few
range.
humans, a few
A few
humans.
humans. It's only a few, which is not quite 10, but look. And then I am going to say, I think this, Maddie's a poet. I think reciting, she recites a poem. I think she, like local stuff, familiar stuff, recites the line and, as then comes and changes the last line to say, um, they were falling in the air. And I'm going to pick. I would like to prioritize the Pinkertons in this over the cops, but also some cops because I think a few is at least three. And then I get to roll.
You get the roll psyche,
I
so
get
you're
to
gonna
roll
spend a
psyche for effects,
so
and
you
I
succeed on a
spend the
4 or
burst.
5. You said you mark off a burst, roll a d6. I'm gonna say roll 2d6s because you got that rest bonus.
Yeah.
You
And
succeed
then
on
I get
4 or
another
5. Oh, go
D6
ahead.
because I am exemplifying that man's fear. I am acting on the answers of his fear. So I get an extra, so I think I'm up to 3.
That is 3d6. You succeeded on 4, 5, or 6.
All right. Fingers crossed. I got 2 4s.
That's all. You just needed 1. So yeah, reality seems to hold its breath for a second as you narrate this sentence, and in it goes both fast and slow, as it takes one for the Pinkerton to notice that his badge is floating up, and he finally turns the attention away from Chuck to kind of what's going on before he begins to fall upwards. And the other Pinkerton begins to fall upwards. And I'm going to say, well, like 2 other cops begin to fall up. The other ones, the remaining 4 cops turn and look, or I guess it was 5, turn, look at what's going on, look back at the 101 and begin trying to light up the place.
Ooh, can
So
I
in this
take care of him?
case, I have to roll first.
Oh, please.
So
Yeah.
how I respond as a DM is that I roll a d6. The d6 determines what their actions are going to be. So they can either cause direct damage, they can cause a complication, or they can cause a threat.
Hmm.
So direct damage applies to one person. A complication is something that is going to apply to everybody. And a threat is something you have to manage before I fill out a little task or little talisman on my side. So we're going to see. I rolled a 3. So in that case, they create a threat. Or should they create a complication? So as the other 2 start to, or the other 3 start to fly up, the cops begin unloading their ammunition, curving around this odd area now of gravity. So they didn't hit anybody as of right now, but they are firing blind. So unless you guys do something about that, it's gonna it's next time it's their turn, you're all gonna take damage.
Oh yeah, I definitely got something for that. I
Hell
start to
yeah.
play. I start to play a rhythm, and the rhythm gets deeper and darker and more tense. And I'm using my ability called Title, which I could pick 6 songs, which I've already picked, and use the song title as a reference for what's about to happen, basically. So I have chosen Harlem Congo, and I start to play out the rhythms of Harlem Congo. Uh, and you can hear what sounds like a rhinoceros. It's like grunting of a rhinoceros as it's about to run up and just get as many cops as you can, I guess.
Perfect. It's stomping, it's going. Go ahead. You got to roll me a side burst for that one.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on that, yeah, second copy of any object or in the title, perfect. So go ahead and roll me a side burst.
That is how many dice?
It's 1. I'm gonna say 2 because you got the resting bonus. You succeed on a 4, 5, or 6.
Okay. Oh nah, that's a 1 and a 2.
Okay, so it doesn't quite succeed, but you are able to start getting the rhythm going. And there is a stomping, almost ethereal form of this rhino as it is stomping to the beat of the Harlem Congo, trying to start knocking people over. Like one of the cars just crumples under this beat. Each strike of the percussion drum in the beat is what causes this manifestation. Now you don't succeed, but they do have to respond to this. So they are forced to stop shooting, but not before the first round of complications go off. So everyone's gonna take 1 stress as you are all just under fire from 22 Tommy guns. You're not taking you may either getting winged, the mental stress, a combination of it.
You're saying 22 caliber Tommy guns, right?
They're firing the 22s.
I bet not 22 guns firing at us.
Not 22 guns firing at you. No. They're firing it, and they're winging people, but they're not quite hitting anybody. There's now 3 people in the air floating, and there are cars crumpling as this psionic rhino is stomping around. So that leaves Sanzu.
Yes. What is Sachin gonna do? Sanyu is I think in this situation, I think it is just a burst. A lot of Sanyu's things are internal, they're in the mind. And so I think there is nothing that she can employ now except for just wanting the situation to stop. Everything is so confusing, and these 2 people that she met yesterday are in danger, and the cops are here, and there's all these guns, and she just wants everything to stop. And so I think she's just going to stand up from where she was hiding with Reno, and she's just going to yell stop. And as she does, she's going to use the burst ability.
Awesome. I'll let it. You'll hit the first cop with it if you succeed on a 4, 5, or 6.
Okay. So it's just 1 die, right?
It's just 1 die.
Open.
Nope. It is enough to cause the cars to now be pushed back. So I'm gonna say, even if you don't quite hit them and do damage, it does disrupt them randomly firing. So they do have to respond to this now. But between Mark stomping on crumpling cars beneath them, no one quite getting hurt, and now them being pushed back, they have to respond. So after this, they're going, okay, so this is going to cause direct stress. I rolled a 2. So somebody's just going to take 2 points of stress as you are just a cop managed to get a nice shot off. Not even a skilled one. So I'm going to roll another dice, just 1, 2, and 3 on my screen. Guess who's going to get it? Chuck, take 2 stress. Should be a total of 3.
Sorry, real quick. Where's the stress on the?
It's under execution.
Okay.
So you should see just under your name, you should see a little bar that says execution.
Got you.
You just fill that out. Yep.
Oh man, that's too many. Okay.
So you got 3 now. But that is their turn. Who wants to go next? Everyone's gone, so we start at the top of the round. So anyone can jump in.
Yeah, I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna try with this rhino again. I'm at 0 kills.
That is fair.
So let me do something. How many dice I need to roll?
You already used the rest bonus, so you succeed on a 4, 5, or 6 on just 1 dice.
1 dice. Okay, here we go. I don't like that dice. Let me use this one. That's a 6. Hey, I'm in the right
nice. All right.
Dice.
Great. So you're doing the Congo still. Every percussion on that, you are hitting it. And we are. Let's see. How does it work? You do manage to take 1 out, and it is a just crumpling blow. They are still alive, but they are hurt, and you're pretty sure you mangled both their legs, as the other cops are still floating into the air until Maddie says something. So they were once a story. Now they're about 2 stories up.
I think they could just
keep
going
floating
for all she cares. Yeah.
One of the cops, no, a cop is now crippled in the legs. They are on the ground. The other 3 are trying to figure out what's going on, what is happening, and 3 are in the air. So they are going to respond with, I almost dropped my dice. They're creating a threat. Okay. Their threat actually is they're going to try to run and call for backup the best way they can. So they start running towards the one car and are jumping into it to try and get away from this now, as the people from inside the 101 are stepping out to also help out and fire in the direction of the cops. So the threat is anytime I roll a 6, they start getting a talisman. They have a 2 talisman right now, so if they succeed twice on their 6 rolls, they escape and they call for backup. So, who wants to go next? Hmm.
Um,
It could be a burst, it could be a range attack, it could be Maddie sending them in the air again.
I do get to affect more people now.
That is true.
That is true. I get to affect a small group.
Yeah, you get another cat category to it, and this would be considered a small group.
Yeah. I mean, I think if they're just floating in the air, um I mean, what harder to take guns. So I think I will give it another shot.
Okay.
Maddie uh reciting this poem, and trying to, um wanting everyone to be floating, like, so they were, well, if I say that they were falling, and because it readjusts everybody to be where they are, to so that they are falling, would that, like, knock everyone down like 2 stories?
It would lift them up and it
Lift.
would let the
Okay.
other guys fall.
Okay, hell yeah. All right, let's do that.
Roll, since you used
Let
all the rest of your bonuses, roll one
I
dice.
one die. I do get 1D. My unveil is until for the rest of the scene.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you do get 2.
Okay, so I will roll 2d6. I got a 5.
The car is also lifted into the air. It started to speed off and it goes from the wheels are spinning, people are freaking out. They are also hitting the ceiling of the car and aren't able to fully escape either. And I think that time we're hitting the brakes. So it's the perfect time to enter that. As we now find out, do you guys participate in the game, or do you find some way to break the rules? What do you guys think?
Is 100 kills per person or like per team?
Per person,
Oh my goodness, that's
unless
300.
unless someone changes the rules.
That's so much work. I think even if Sanyu wanted to kill 100, it's so many people.
Yeah.
There's extra things in there. It depends on who you kill. If you get more points, and you might get the points if other people have killed people. Just saying.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we can hit break. So we can go ahead and do that, and we can make a decision on how you guys want this game to roll.
All right, cool.
Hell yeah.
Hey, what's the word, blurs and nerds? It's your 40-something non-binary boy, Mark J, coming to you live from right outside the nation's occupied capital. Welcome to Apocalyptic Unlimited presents Harlem Renaissance Forever, this year's Black History Month TTRPG fundraiser. This year, we're raising funds on Tiltify for the Lavender Rights Project. The Lavender Rights Project is a black trans feminist organization committed to dismantling oppressive systems that disproportionately harm black communities. APOCU wants to give a big shout out and massive thanks to this year's sponsors, Transplanar RPG, Frivolous Bear Studios, and Thought Crimes Games. Transplanar RPG is an award-winning, all transgender, people of color-led dark fantasy channel telling stories in an original, non-colonial, anti-Orientalist multiverse. They're proud to support the APOC Black History Month fundraiser and encourage everyone watching to give what they can. As always, we stand in solidarity with all oppressed people of the U.S. and the world, fighting for freedom against colonization, imperialism, and white supremacy. Free Sudan, free DRC, and free Palestine. Fearless Bear Studios is a game company dedicated to telling untold stories and amplifying marginalized voices. Their first game, The Home We Remember, is an introspective, lyric role-playing game that uses tarot cards to explore your character's memories and their relationships to a community hit by tragedy. Produced in collaboration with Tinder Vision Studios, The Home We Remember was lovingly crafted by a team of majority queer, trans, and racialized storytellers. Visit frivolousbear.com to get your copy today. And last but certainly not least, a special shout out to our third and final sponsor, Quinn Murphy of Thought Crimes Games, the makers of Griot Anthology. The Griot Anthology is a zine celebrating the brilliant work of Black TTRPG game designers, utilizing the powerful medium roleplay. This anthology holds space for intersectional Blackness in the past, present, and future, giving us the opportunity to tell our own unique stories and share our unique perspectives. Go to the website itch.io and search for Griot Anthology to pick up a copy today.
Henry Cavill, if you're out there and you want to be on the show, oh, you can't. Never mind.
Let's just do it ourselves. We're tired of waiting. We're tired of things popping up. I mean, if you're in this space at all, you'll notice there's a lot of opportunities that go to the big same names over and over and over again. You'll notice a lot of them are white. And that's not because the talent's not there, it's just the opportunity's not given to us. So it's time to give ourselves our own opportunity.
But part of revolution has to be play. Like, we need to have a system in which to enjoy ourselves and with which to enrich ourselves. Otherwise, we will burn out before these big changes can be made. So, play is revolutionary. The end.
Hey, what's the word, blurs and nerds? It's your 40-something non-binary boy, Mark J, coming to you live from right outside the nation's occupied capital. Welcome to Apocalyptic Unlimited presents Harlem Renaissance Forever, this year's Black History Month TTRPG fundraiser. This year, we're raising funds on Tiltify for the Lavender Rights Project. The Lavender Rights Project is a black trans feminist organization committed to dismantling oppressive systems that disproportionately harm black communities. APOCU wants to give a big shout out and massive thanks to this year's sponsors, Transplaner RPG, Frivolous Bear Studios, and Thought Crimes Games. Transplaner RPG is an award-winning, all-transgender, people of color-led dark fantasy channel telling stories in an original, non-colonial, anti-Orientalist multiverse. They're proud to support the APOCU Black History Month fundraiser and encourage everyone watching to give what they can. As always, we stand in solidarity with all oppressed people of the U.S. and the world, fighting for freedom against colonization, imperialism, and white supremacy. Free Sudan, free DRC, and free Palestine. Frivolous Bear Studios is a game company dedicated to telling untold stories and amplifying marginalized voices. Their first game, The Home We Remember, is an introspective, lyric role-playing game that uses tarot cards to explore your character's memories and their relationships to a community hit by tragedy. Produced in collaboration with Tinder Vision Studios, The Home We Remember was lovingly crafted by a team of majority queer, trans, and racialized storytellers. Visit frivolousbear.com to get your copy today. And last but certainly not least, a special shout out to our third and final sponsor, Quinn Murphy of Thought Crimes Games, the makers of Griot Anthology. The Griot Anthology is a zine celebrating the brilliant work of black TTRPG game designers, utilizing the powerful medium roleplay. This anthology holds space for intersectional blackness in the past, present, and future, giving us the opportunity to tell our own unique stories and share our unique perspectives. Go to the website itch.io and search for Griot Anthology to pick up a copy today.
And we're back. Welcome back, everybody, to 100 / Nocturne, the CAIN game. I'm here joined with my wonderful players, Erica, Mark J, and Gray. Just a reminder of what we're doing. We are doing a fundraiser for Lavender Rights Project, and we just a couple content warnings again. Violence, the racial discrimination of Jim Crow era classism, poverty, existential horror. Sometimes there's some giant insect gribbly monsters that are around, so be aware of that. And we're coming back right into a pivotal moment amongst all of our players to decide if they are participating in the game or if they're going to break it. As they have let the Pinkerton, known as Roosevelt Marshall, and the another Pinkerton and a cop fall, hit the ground at full speed. You're not sure if they died or not. And another is a cop car floating full of people. So as we transition back to the scene, the biggest question now is amongst the three of you, are you participating?
I think as the Pinkertons and that first cop are like falling the 20 feet into the ground, I think Maddie does say, I am participating in the game.
They hit the ground and they stop moving. Now, for Maddie, as you begin to participate, along the back of your arm, tallies start to form. Much like the same scintillating, almost dazzling camouflage or used by octopi, form 3 marks on the back of your arm.
I think there's a moment where she expects to feel more horror and more guilt and more shame. But I think in that moment of killing 3 men and in a way protecting her home and the spaces. I think there's just like a fire in her chest of, I have power and I can do something when I
Oh, right.
haven't been able to do that before. I do think this is a kind of uncomfortable truth about myself.
That is
In terms of
absolutely an
agenda,
uncomfortable truth. that
that
righteous
she's,
cathartic anger, that is absolutely
yeah,
an uncomfortable truth.
she was not expecting that, was not expecting that today. But I think that is something that she feels.
That is completely justified. The 3 hit the ground, they don't move. You have a car full of 5 other cops. They are also pinned to the ceiling of that car. They cannot like grab the wheel. Even if they could, they can't do much else. Oh, excuse me. Since you did mark off a high priority target, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody who has also been participating, using legal power to participate in the game. You actually go from 3 marks to 12.
Okay. All right. Um, yeah, I think is how high are is the cop car?
The longer you maintain the power, the higher it goes.
Okay.
So it's been 1 story up, and as you're coming to terms with this, it's risen another story.
Okay. Can I just release it for free? Or
You can absolutely
okay.
release it for free.
Then yeah, I think she like, as the one group goes down, falls, and those tallies appear on her arm, I think she just sort of turns to the rest of the group, and lets that power go, and that cop car crashes to the ground.
You fill out another 8 tallies for a total of
Okay.
20. As the car hits the ground, crumples. People do try to escape from that, but they are caught without being able to defend themselves. And even as the rattlers step out, guns fully drawn, ready to shoot, and they see kind of the cacophony that has occurred beyond their walls, even they're kind of stunned by what has just occurred.
Has the threat been kind of neutralized then? The threat
Oh,
talisman.
absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Unless you want to fight the rattlers too.
Listen, Sanyu hasn't fought anyone so far. Sanyu's just kind of here. Taking advantage of the rattlers kind of like stunned, like taking in of the situation though, Sanyu is going to like try to like slip over as covertly as she can towards the first group of cops and Pinkertons that died, and see if she can grab either a pistol, like a smaller gun if possible, but like any gun will be fine if there's not one available.
Yeah, not a problem. Easy enough. No one's searching them right now. They're all kind of just trying to figure out what happened. And they're looking at you and they're going, "Oh, you are indeed changed." But you are able to pick up a handgun. So ammunition isn't tracked. You pick up a handgun, enough reloads.
And then she will go back to where Reno is and just kind of check in on him.
Yeah, Reno is clutching himself now tightly with this, and he's not looking outside, is a good way to put it. So there is that. But Reno is still safe. He's alive. There were gunshots overhead. He didn't get grazed by any, so he's solid. But he's well aware more violence has occurred, and it probably won't be the last of it. So, as Maddie has participated in the game, what about the rest of you? Or are we helping Maddie participate?
And all the cops now.
They've been neutralized for now.
Okay. Right.
I say for now as if they can get out of a crumpled car.
These cops have been neutralized. There might be other
Yes.
cops.
Neutralized, but some are still alive.
Not for long.
So they are still alive. Yes, their hearts are beating.
They have expired in the aftermath.
I bet. Okay.
I'm trying to find a better way to phrase that. They may have hit the ground, but they have cracked their head open or they've broken something, and there is not much that can be done after that.
Okay. Got you.
They fell 2 stories in a car without a seatbelt on. So, you guys have all of Harlem now. Do we find new targets? Do we see what we can explore?
So we know that the Rattlers have kind of been like taking and like kind of partitioning away from everyone, like anyone who has been changed.
Yes.
Does it look like they're probably going to try and do that to Maddie now as well?
The one you've been talking to, Eris, is very much trying to be a mediator for this. Some of the Rattlers do like raise shotguns they have taken from somewhere else, but Eris is going like, hey, hold on, they saved us. Stop, everyone just stop for a second. So he's standing in the way. He's trying to de-escalate the situation. Couple of Rattlers are listening. A few of them are looking conflicted. Like, should we listen to this? Where is Roydale? No one's really sure.
I think seeing that Sanya is going to like pull Reno up from where he was hidden, and she's just going to like gather whatever like she brought for both of them and like whatever like we'll be allowed to take with us, and she is going to get ready to follow Maddie and possibly Chuck. Like only people with like who have been changed would have been able to see Chuck like playing on the drum, right?
Yes. Well, actually, the drum has manifested, so everyone can see it now.
Okay. But Sanya will follow Maddie because Maddie has proven that Maddie can keep at least herself safe. And that might extend to anyone who is helping her.
Okay. Maddie, looks like you have an ally.
All right. I think kind of Maddie looks at Eris and kind of who's sort of stepping up in terms of the Rattlers, and is just like, look, we'll take our business elsewhere if you can keep these people safe.
Eris, look, I'll do what I can. We're soldiers. We take orders. I'll see what I can do.
All right.
You're not just gonna kill them all as soon as we leave.
Look, I
get your points up.
Swear to God, I won't kill nobody. I'll try my best not to keep these guys from doing anything.
Because if we come back and they're hurt, it's gonna be a problem.
Understood. I understand.
So I'd like to declare my participation in the games.
You are also participating in the games. The only two not participating is Reno and Sansu.
Sandy's happy. I was gonna say Sandy's happy to be here. She's not. She's not happy to be here. She's
not happy to be here. She's not happy to be participating. She's happy to be part of a community, though. I got friends. I can help them. It's okay. So you guys are participating in the games. How do you want to do this?
I'd say we hunt down every Pinkerton we can find.
I would agree. We can run these bastards out of town.
I love it. Not a problem. If you want to center down on Pinkertons, we can do that.
Are there going to be enough?
I don't think there's gonna be. I will be honest. I don't believe there's gonna be 100 Pinkertons here. So you will have to eventually move on from the Pinkertons.
Well, we'll run that road until we can't run it no more.
Once we
what-
run out of Pinkertons, we'll find
Look,
another
the
acceptable
Pinkertons, valid target. We'll figure out everybody else after this. We have a target first.
That's how like wolves might do it. They eat every rabbit and then they move on to squirrels or something, right? Until the rabbits come back. We'll just find our targets and then move on. But first,
Okay.
Pinkertons.
But first, Pinkertons, not a problem. Do you have an idea where you want to go to find Pinkertons?
So I have a question about that actually. So
Okay.
one of the abilities from my blasphemy is Foyer, which allows me to summon a tulpa to help me with research and things like that. I'm assuming that that's more research than I would just naturally know, but would that include being able to like know where the Pinkertons bases are located in the city or anything like that?
Let me. Do you have it's Foyer, right?
Yes, Foyer.
It's a little to you determine the personality appearance. So how would they can help you on your next roll? You can manifest them.
So the part I'm looking at is have your tulpa aid you on a task related to research, crafting, or investigation, granting +1 dice on my next roll, and making an extra slash for talisman if we had one.
Okay, so
basically
they can help you on investigations is the thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to use your investigation roll. We'll add that +1 dice for the tulpa for your assistant, and they will be doing research alongside of you or alongside you.
Yeah.
So you're manifesting them outside of the palace?
I suppose I have to. I'm bringing them into the real world to help us cover ground, I guess, so to speak.
Okay, so what does your tulpa look like as you are manifesting it?
My tulpa is an older gentleman, like salt and pepper hair, again, kind of like similar dark skin to Sanyu, lots of lines on his face, a person that she has not seen again since she was very, very young. And this was one of the kind of generals of the last king of the Bunyoro who got exiled from Uganda by the British. And so he has been like a close friend of her family because her family was also involved in like the court of that. And when she hasn't seen him since she was like 10, and at the time he had been training her to use a gun, which is the reason why she had picked this up. And so I think she's just someone that he's the first person that comes to mind when they're thinking of like, okay, I need tactics, I need strategy, I need information. And it is just this general that she has heard so many stories about who, as far as she knows, is not like the victor of the battle against the British, but did manage to like cause a lot of problems for the British while her family was still in Uganda.
Hey, we're learning quite a bit today too.
This is like some of this is more true than other stuff, but yeah.
Not a problem.
So it's 2 die.
It's 2 die. Yeah, you succeed in 4, 5, or 6. As the rest of you do see this tulpa manifest, go ahead.
1, 4.
1, 4. That's enough. So there is a small contingent of Pinkertons or Pinkerton government officials in Harlem. You're not sure quite how much, but your tulpa is able to figure out they are they have taken over a brownstone near the Harlem River, just a warehouse that people used to work out. So if you want to go there and just wipe them out,
Sonya will give this information to Chuck and Maddie and say, "This, I don't know how much help I'll be in a fight, but if we've decided that the Pinkertons are acceptable targets, then this is where we're most likely to find a big group of them."
You know how to use that gun, don't you?
I know how to use the gun. Yeah.
That police pistol.
I know. But I just don't know if they're going to be like Maddie, if they're going to be able to do things like that. I don't know how much help the gun is going to be.
Only way to pull the thing out and start blasting.
One way to find
time to
out.
start practicing. Let's go.
But maybe you're not the most violent type. Maddie, what do you think?
Well, I think running the Pinkertons out of Harlem is gonna be better than killing our own. So let's do what we can
For the community, naturally.
Should
for
we?
the community.
Fair. All right. So you guys are heading out of like the main strip of Harlem here. Like the main strip along from, what is it, 130th, I believe, to 145th is like where the Harlem Renaissance occurred. So you are moving on from there to the far more industrial side of it. There are warehouses, florist supplies, textile shops, things like that. The particular warehouse that Sansu's Tulpa helped found is this 2-story brownstone with like big heavy steel doors, probably a couple of back rooms. The windows have been covered with like blackout curtains, but there are a noticeable amount of vehicles, those same kind of unmarked cars along the side.
I do want to just check in with the group. I know that like resting moves things along in terms of like the pressure, but have we used enough psyche that we feel like it's important to take a rest before we try to take on headquarters of Pinkerton?
Is it worth the risk?
Because once you're out of this, once you use all 3 cybersts, you start taking sin.
Yeah. So I have 1 burst left, and probably should not be doing much more narrating.
Yeah, you have a different issue.
Lest I explode. But I can blast. I've got some blasting. So look, I'm playing hard and fast. So we'll see where we go. I wouldn't mind resting, but it's also like we can also push through to not.
I also forgot you have one of the better powers where you can just blow a hole in the wall.
Yeah, I can just kind of explode things.
That's pretty good.
I also have 1 psyche left. I also don't think Sanya is going to take a front line in this fight, so I'm fine to just use my 1 psyche, but I did want to just check in. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely after this, probably.
Okay, cool.
Okay, how do you guys want to approach this? It's kind of just a relatively big warehouse, like medium size is a better way to put it. You estimate probably about 5 rooms, but that's also assuming every room is full about this. They could have just commandeered the warehouse.
Any lookouts anywhere?
I would say, yeah. Now that when you take a better look at it, there's at least one on the roof.
Good.
He's kind of taking up a more relaxed position, and he's a little hard to see. He's kind of a lump up there, but he's on the roof.
If we're going to be trying to like breach covertly, I do think I do want to just spend my last psyche to set us up. So I would like to use my um my cellar ability, and I'll spend a burst to give myself an extra die. So cellar allows me to set up a number of allies equal to half of my category.
We'll just say
Or
for this for everybody.
yeah. I have to describe the way in which I trained or prepared with them in my palace, or with a psychic. I can also like just take a psychic copy of you. It doesn't have to be like you specifically. And then basically we get to add the results of that to like whatever we're doing. So I'll roll my 2 die for that and I hope that we succeed.
No successes, that you get a pathos. So no one gets the extra dice.
No,
Unfortunately. But if you may not get that, you could still help set somebody up though. So they do get an extra dice. So while you may not be able to give everyone that extra dice, you can still help up like Maddie, for example. Maddie wants to use bang to blow a hole in the wall. You can go like, yeah, I don't think there's no one on this side. You can shoot this way, or there actually you want to kill people. So there are people on this side. You could just shoot through here and maybe get like 4 of them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not particularly stealthy. I feel a little bit stealthy, but you know, in terms of not blowing myself up, not very stealthy. So, I am content to go in tongue blazing, as it were. Um but I think Maddie is kind of riding the adrenaline a little bit,
Riding the high.
yeah, the high, and is, you know, look, consequences haven't happened yet, baby.
Let's go.
I'm gonna live forever.
Yeah. Maddie, what do you say if you can do that kind of thing,
I
blow
mean,
a
I
hole in
can
the
be
wall, and then I'll send an elephant to take the building down or just kill whoever's inside.
I can be plenty distraction. So yeah, if we can, do you think maybe like, yeah, I would say like if we could like scout out the outside of the building and try to find the like a bit of wall that either has Pinkertons on the other side, or like is more structurally load bearing.
With the tulpa, I would say absolutely.
Hell yeah.
The tulpa does not require a psychic burst, right? I don't believe so. Let me see. I don't see any sign for it, so you can. I think you can use the tulpa without an issue.
Cool. I'll
Yeah,
take
go ahead.
I was just saying, cool. I'll take it.
Oh yeah, you'll send the tulpa in. The tulpa will come back out like, yeah, it's right here, right here, right here. With that setup, I would say you can get like into a corner. The river's at your back, that large opaque like liquid glass wall. Even one of the big spindly legs from the octopus spider creature, the admin that is overhead, is not too far from you. It's just kind of sitting in the water, slowly stepping as it makes like rounds around Harlem. Yeah, you find yourself at a corner, and following the advice of the tulpa, you could potentially take out at least, this room and maybe the following one if you succeed.
Yeah. All right. I think I will go up to the corner. Would you say the environment around here is quiet or subdued?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I go up to the corner and I just out loud I kind of gesture for the two of or the three of you, as Reno was still with us, to like
Reno is still
stay
with us,
back.
yes.
Back up. And I just say bang, and as soon as I do, just pressure waves out. exploding from me. I think there's like the smallest little wave of my hair, but I am otherwise unaffected. And let's see, that's 2d6. Or do I get an extra one from the setup?
I'll say you get an extra one for the setup, so you get the 3.
Okay, I'll get 3. And I got a 6.
You do any other successes or just the 6?
Just the 6. Also a 3 and a 1. So
okay, that's fair. That's really all you need is 1. The more success you have, the more slashes. But it doesn't really matter because you succeeded, and even with as the wave of pressure hits the building, bricks seem to vibrate and just begin to disintegrate, revealing the skeletal like infrastructure beneath that, and then that also dusts as the Pinkertons behind it are turning, and there's like 3 of them in there. 4, like there's 4, like one's walking with a cup of coffee, so that's 4, and at least the first one is gone. By the time he recognizes that the wall is that portion of the building is starting to collapse. The other 3 are, I'm gonna roll a quick dice here. I rolled 2. 2 of them are caught just in the building collapse. So that section of the building is now just sagging as 2 of them are caught. The one with the coffee miraculously survives.
okay, yeah.
If I rolled 3, he would also been caught. But so he's just standing there with a cup of coffee as you start hearing a lot of commotion inside. So now we're in the threat stage. Let's go. Who wants to go next?
I got it, yeah. You hear me play at least a drum part, a little song called Stomping at the Savoy. And it summons this massive elephant, forest elephant, as a matter of fact. And it goes charging right into the wreckage, right through the building, aiming at the Pinkertons, as many as can get in one charge.
Okay, go ahead and roll me your Cyburst.
How many dice? 2?
2 with the setup.
All right, come on, dice. A 5.
Hell yeah.
2.
The guy with the Pinkerton with the coffee did not expect to be followed up with an elephant. I will say that for sure. Yeah. But as it's going in, and it is stomping on the way in there with that sort of jazzy flair, I'm gonna say it gets into the next room as the other Pinkertons are trying to figure out what's going on, and you get another person. The same thing happens to you on the back of your arm. 2 tallies form. Good.
I was just gonna ask, does the elephant sound like a trumpet when it's like doing
I would say
sound?
so. Like the trunk goes up and it makes that it's playing alongside. So yeah. So that's 2 for you, Mark. That's another 3 for Maddie. So we're at 23 for Maddie. Chuck is only at 2. There are more Pinkertons inside, but they are starting to now panic that there is a psionic elephant in here dancing. And they're going to, what can they do in this case? They can only blind fire into the room. And are they actually able to hit anybody? They are. Who are they going to hit? They are going to hit. Oh no, Sanzu, I'm sorry, they hit you.
Yeah.
And you're gonna take two stress.
Yeah.
I rolled 2 2s in a row. But it is just a grazing shot, a little too close to Reno. So what are you guys gonna do? It's Mark's already gone and Gray's already gone, so it's just you, Erica.
I think having been shot, Sanyu is just going to make sure that Reno, I'm sure that she has already like pushed Reno into a corner. She's going to make sure that he stays in the shadows, and she's going to pull out the rifle, and she's just going to try and like shoot a couple herself.
Okay.
Just to stop the amount of wildly flying bullets that are heading in this direction specifically.
So in this case, go ahead and roll me coordination.
Okay. So when I'm rolling coordination, it is
It's
uh
it's go sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, so it's like one die because I have one pip, or is it?
It's 2d6. So you start with two.
Yeah.
And then for every pip you have in that skill, you add more dice. So you have only one in coordination, so you're rolling three.
Okay. And I succeed on a 4 to 6, right?
Yep.
1-4.
1-4. You do manage to wing back another guy. It's a far more deadly shot than he was hit with, or that you were hit with.
Cool.
Sadu. So you hit a Pinkerton. And you can kind of see his silhouette as he's clutching the side of his torso as the bullet has struck him better than he struck you. It is their turn, and then we start at the top of the round again. So let's see. They are going to create a complication. How are they? What's the complication going to be? They can just rush you. Who's in front?
I mean, I think Maddie probably, because she's not affected by her burst.
Oh
So
yeah.
it makes, so like she was kind of like right at the corner to make sure that everything exploded properly.
Fair. Okay, so you are the first one they see. So
Yeah.
two of them are rushing at you, and they do create a threat. So what it's going to be, the threat in this case is called beatdown.
Okay.
So depending on how long you guys take to deal with that, and if they roll another 6, you gain a broken arm or a broken leg affliction.
Oh damn.
Okay.
So anything
All
with those
right.
limbs are going to be, because they just tackle you, and now
Mhm.
they're bringing whatever they can to bear to start hitting you.
Okay.
So we're gonna do the top of the round. Who wants to go first?
Oh, Maddie, you mind if I go first?
I mean, so there's two that are beating me
Yes.
again. And then are there other guy ones around?
There's one on the roof. He fell off.
Okay.
So he's coming around. There's probably like maybe 2 more in the building.
Okay. Well, I mean, look, I've been lucky before, I'll be lucky again, right? That's how this works.
That's how this works.
I think yeah, she has a knife, but she's not very good at stabbing. So we're just gonna ride the train that's been working. So I will, say bang again and, try to
Oh.
blast these guys. It is I think it's +1 cat. So I think this would be a 1 category.
So you're
Because
at 2.
if it's a half cat,
It counts as 1. It just rounds up.
okay, yeah, all right. But then I have my +1 for using it the second time.
Yeah, so that 2 now.
Okay, so we're at 2. I'm gonna take a stress for that, and then I will roll 1 dice because I do not think this is quiet
This is not quiet.
anymore.
It's 1 dice.
This is, yeah, all right. Big money, no whammies. And that's a 4.
They also get dusted almost immediately. They do start wailing on you, and then all of a sudden, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. Just disintegrating.
Whew. All right, and then I roll my d3 for sin overflow.
Yep.
And that is a 2. I rolled a 2 on a d6. So I believe that's half to 1.
That will, yeah. So you
Okay.
have what? So you started to drink deep of the psychic sea. 9
Yeah.
more.
We're doing
So
fine.
you're doing fine. So for those who don't know, sin does not go away when you rest. So you can get your cyburst back, but you do not lose sin. It is a constantly building thing. So there the 2 that were beating you have been dusted. There are still 3 left. One is behind the building who fell off. Now he's trying to gain his orientation. And there's 2 more who have just seen their friends disintegrate. Maybe not friends, coworkers.
Sanyu will let Mark. Sorry, not
Chuck.
Chuck go first, just because Sanyu's not technically trying to rack up kills. The other two are.
Not to be outdone at all by Maddie, but come on now, gotta throw down.
Hell yeah,
the
come
drums
on.
start hitting. The drums start hitting. The elephant starts playing. It's a drum solo, but the elephant starts doing like a trombone solo, like this hardcore going in, and just starts running after whoever he can, whoever's closest.
Awesome. Go ahead and roll me that psy.
1D.
That psyche. 1D.
4.
Nice. You know what? I'm gonna give you those. The elephant's just running them down. The only guy you didn't get inside, or the only guy you didn't get, is the one outside, and he's just kind of stunned and goes, "Oh."
Sanyu will take a shot at him. She's so mad that she got shot.
I'm not even gonna have you roll for that. This guy is just like, what? Oh no, and then he's just taking a bullet. Like he just hits the ground at that point. So are you, Sonny, are you participating in the game?
I still want to say no, but I think Sanyu is just looking at the two people that she's killed and she's like, fine, I'll participate in the game.
The same thing. Those two almost dazzle camo marks show up on your arm, marking down 2.
Okay.
So we are the current listing is Maddie at 25, Chuck at 5, and Sanu at 2. Now you have killed all the Pinkertons as far as you're aware.
Okay.
The question is, what now? Maddie, for example, is at 25 points.
Yeah. And I think she's kind of keeping like her coat, on. So, if the marks transfer when you kill someone with marks, that people won't be able to see. I think as, if she starts to speak, you can see there's like a dot on her tongue, that's just black and starting to spider out as she's been using this power and drinking of psychic sea. She is being, changed by this. But I think Maddie takes a deep breath, brushes the disintegrate the dust of bricks and whatever people was on
Whatever
there.
people.
I don't know what they turned into physically when they disintegrated. It didn't sound good. So I think she would, get up, brush herself off, and just we might want to hunker down and see what our next move is, see if there's anyone who's making other plays while we're here. We do have a couple weeks in theory.
19,
Right.
20 to 19, or was it
20, one of those?
One of the 20 to 19 days, 19 to 20 days, yeah.
No, I get what you're saying. Pick our spots, kill who we need to kill, take them out, get the high value targets. Easy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And if Big and Roydell are causing trouble, well, then we do what we have to do for the people. They're potentially there are other names so far. Is it something like, I would assume that the streets are pretty bare?
Yeah, once the game actually started, the streets have become barren. The first day it was chaos. It was the admin manifesting. The second day was when the game actually occurred and began. And now everyone is like, factions were already forming mostly for survival. Now everyone is either going independent or staying with a faction.
Okay. Yeah.
And it seems the three big factions are the Harlem Mob, the Harlem Rattlers, and the Black Mafia. There might be some minor independent ones, but it seems that we're making this a gang war situation. So let's go.
Hell yeah. All right. Yeah, if that's what we're looking at, I think holding up, resting up, and trying to see if we can, because yeah, if it's probably gonna be difficult to get it, or maybe with your tulpa, it is less difficult to get information about like where the other factions have gone and kind of what their game plans are.
Mhm. I think that is definitely one of the things we should do. I also think we should take a rest.
Yeah, no, I think we should rest.
You got
Completely
tired
fair.
already? We're just getting started.
I have been shot.
Surprisingly, even though you have been shot, it doesn't hurt as much as you would have suspected. Maybe it is because you are now psionically enhanced. Maybe it is all that cerebral energy that's running through you that's keeping you alive. Maybe it's the adrenaline.
I think even when she was shooting the other two people, it does come across that she's more indignant about being shot than actually in pain.
Very true. Very true. So, so if you guys are going to go rest, where do you guys want to go?
Does it feel like it would be safe to go back to my apartment? Do we feel like we can make it through to that building?
You pretty sure you can. It's still fairly early in the game, so I think right now people are more I would say right now people are more independent.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they're going to be participating or not, before pressure starts to mount and more people are dying.
Now, I don't know if we've heard the rumors that Old Man Van might have been the first person to kill someone in the game. But I think either way, Sadie would just want to be in a place that is familiar. So if the group is okay with it, she would offer up her apartment to rest in for the night at least.
Yeah.
You got enough room for all of us?
Yeah, it's I have space. We might need to like sleep on the floor, but I have extra blankets and things like that.
It will be a tense like 6-block walk, but you guys can make with no problem. Again, still fairly early in the game, so people are deciding, do I want to participate? Do I not want to? So you're able to make it back to your apartment with real no issue. You get back up to I'm not. Did we establish what floor you lived on?
No.
Third? It's third floor, no problem. The elevator's down, so you got to walk those stairs. A minor inconvenience, considering everything else. But as you do arrive, there's John Nail in front of you, pacing up and down the hallway.
John.
He looks slightly worse for wear. The grease in his hair has fully escaped now. Like the fro is starting to come out. He's got that 5 o'clock shadow that he hasn't been able to shave off now, but he saw no good here alive. But who are these?
Oh, this is Maddie and this is Chuck.
Right. I think I've seen you before. I know Maddie. Chuck, I think I've seen you at the right across from the 101, right?
Yeah, you probably see me around. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure people are okay. Everything's been chaos ever since whoever started the game started killing people.
Is Old Man Van okay? He refused to leave the last time, right?
He's not. He hasn't opened his door. I don't want to barge in there just in case he is armed.
Yeah. Okay. We were just coming back to rest. It's scary out there right now.
Yeah. There was there was another house, or there's another one of my residents that burned down. I think someone's going around. I think they're already engaging or trying to kill as many people as possible.
Damn. Burning down whole buildings. That's a rack up high number of kills.
Yeah, and I'm concerned that The James Von Deer studio was just their first. This one was only, he kind of points, you see down the hallway a couple blocks away. It's difficult to see amongst the opaque glass, but you could see just this thick column of smoke coming up from another location, probably about 3 or 4 blocks down. That is on fire. That was recently put out.
Bad way to bad way to die. Burn to death.
Yeah, and that's what I'm concerned about. And if whatever is going on and somebody's doing that, then I don't know. I have some of the Queenie's guys watching here.
Okay, that's good.
We should be fine, but I don't know. We just want to be careful.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. Let me get out of your way. He kind of gets out of the way of your apartment.
Sanyu does like catch his arm as he's leaving, and she does say, "Thank you very much for looking out for me. I know that I'm not from here, and I really appreciate that you've looked out for me. Thank you."
I don't really think it matters if you're from here or not. You're one of us. Of course, we're gonna keep an eye out for you.
Thank you.
He nods and he kind of gives Maddie a pat on the shoulder.
When he says you're one of us, I give him the Wakanda.
Yeah, he's doing one of us.
Right on.
So
I was gonna say when we go inside, if we're inside, so y'all think what I'm thinking. We got a couple of people running around burning the whole buildings. That's high numbers. We take them out. We get those numbers off of them.
We can figure out who they are. Who's doing that? Seems like a good place to start.
If only we had like a magical ghost grandpa that could.
Okay, well, let me get some sleep.
Summon that Baba again. Let's go.
Let me get some sleep, and we'll call him to help. Okay.
That's right. Fair enough.
Are we resting?
Yes.
Yeah,
and
I
will
think so.
Okay.
do the Sanctum ability again.
Perfect. You get an extra dice while resting. So yeah, how resting works, very simple. Roll 2d6. And then you have the number, and whatever it is from 1 to 3, you can choose to either get Cyburst back with 1 dice, and the other dice can be used to heal. None of you have an affliction, none of you have a hook. Those were other things you could use it on. And you can use it to reduce stress as well.
Okay.
But only one?
It's one.
So you get to choose what 1 dice does: get Cyburst back, heal, reduce a hook, and then the other dice can do one other thing in that same list. So you got to separate it out.
All right, I got 2 3s, so that would be recovering 2. I'm gonna recover 2 burst and 2 stress.
Awesome.
So if I rolled a 3, is that 3
That's 3
that I can get back? Okay. And then, so I know that I got shot, but injuries are a little bit different, like in terms of like, because it's an overflow of stress that goes into like an actual injury on my like sheet, right?
Yeah, so you can remove whatever you roll with the second dice. You can remove the stress you have currently.
Cool. So I will take 1 stress away.
Okay.
I rolled 1 or 2, so I'm gonna take 1. No, 2. What do you call it? Yeah, 2 bursts.
Okay, you get 2 bursts back.
Yep, and then 1 health, 1 stress.
Oh wait, does it? Hang on, let me double check. I believe you get 1 more dice. Yeah, improves wrestling roll, so everyone gets 1 more dice.
Oh
hell yeah!
Because
Or
how
I think-
Sanctum works.
I think it's +1. I think it's +1, not like
Oh,
die, but like +1 to each of the
yeah. So
resting
+1 to
rolls.
each one. So
Oh, okay. So then I
you are
clear
correct.
everything. Okay.
Yeah. So you guys are solid.
We're
Oh
good.
no.
Back home. The my
All right.
palace. Yeah.
Hell yeah. What does it say that the best sleep we've had
Yeah,
in
it's
our
a
lives
similar.
is it during the death game?
Apparently, you guys have just got the best sleep ever during the death game.
Listen, the sun is warm in my mental palace. It's very easy to put it out of your mind for like 5 minutes.
So okay, now the big question is: do you guys anything you guys want to cover? Any role playing anything in the rest? Or are you guys like setting up to go out there and engage in? Because now we're now at pressure 2 in terms of the death game. So over the next rest, things have started to uh turn into more factions. Independent people are now starting to realize that there are people out there killing and engaging in the game. There are more of those large pale monsters that people that Chuck has started to see, and now they start to manifest where the rest of you can see them, staring in windows or following those who are psionically attuned. They haven't engaged with anything, but they are wandering around. In fact, you find Reno staring at one outside your window. It is just this weird face pressed against your window, just eyes in two different directions, like weathered skin. It's not trying to enter your window, but it is just there staring, and Reno is staring directly at it.
I think Sanyu had been hoping that those first couple of days where Reno was in them in the apartment with them in the apartment, that they could be like a reasonable adult figure in order to just improve the situation a little bit for this little boy who got separated from his parents. I think they have given up completely on trying to imitate a reasonable normal adult. And so they just kind of like lean down so that their like chin is on Reno's head, and they're also just going to engage in a stare contest with the thing out the window and just be like,
Perhaps the most terrifying part of this is that when you do like get on Reno's head and he does kind of lean back into you a little bit, more out of comfort than anything else, you do see like little fingers trying to figure out how to push your window up.
I don't like
Not even full hands, just little wiry fingers just trying to push your window up from the face.
I think seeing that she does get up and go find like a nail, like a nail and hammer. She's like, nope.
Easy enough. It's hammered shut. It doesn't seem to do it. It doesn't seem deterred. It just seems to now like try to find where the nails are and just like engage the nails a little bit, but it can't get a full grip.
Gonna keep checking on that situation from time to time.
But otherwise the rest that you have is very comfortable. Reno does seem to see a bit more engaged now. Not with the creepy thing in your window, but seems more aware as he may have witnessed horrifying violence, but you're also in a horrifying situation.
We'll repress all of this, Reno. It's okay.
And he's slowly nodding, like, mm-hmm.
While we are as we are like finishing rest, I will use I'll spend a psyche to use my foyer ability and pull the general the Musée out and be like, so we need to find a number of arsonists that I am not sure about yet. The number might be 1.
The old Tulpa does bow to you deeply and will help you so go ahead and roll me investigation with that +1 dice.
Okay.
This is going to be hard, so you got to get 6s.
Okay. So I have 0 in an investigation, which would usually be me rolling 2 and taking the worst result. But because I have the +1, am I just rolling 1 or am I rolling the 2 and I'm taking any?
You're just go ahead and just roll it. Since you get the +1, just go ahead and roll 3. You still have to roll 6, but it's still you have a better chance now.
Cool.
What'd you say? What'd you roll?
I rolled a 5%.
I think you filled up your pathos at this point. You could re-roll here soon, just everything.
Yeah, I might burn my pass.
There is the tulpa does go. So during the rest, the tulpa is investigating. You get that weird thing outside your window that's now tapping on it. But I'm assuming at that point you just close the curtains.
Yeah, we can't be thinking about that at all.
So, let's see. I forgot what I was going to say. So with that, you guys rest. Anybody else want to do anything? Any other investigations while you are resting?
I think something small. Just be like, I'm just trying to avoid the gaze of my dead ancestor in this Confederate uniform.
Not quite encouraging you to get revenge, but it is there.
Yeah.
And he is trying to guide you to play the track more, to play on your percussion more.
Oh yeah.
I think Maddie. Oh, go ahead.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. I think Maddie just spends most of the rest like with a small notebook and is just scribbling lines. And I think like looking over her shoulder, there's lines of poetry, but also so much of it just like scribbled out. Like the words aren't quite coming the way that she's used to.
That's fair. So we are at what is it? Almost it is 7:00 on the East Coast. So we're gonna have to start ramping it up a little bit. As we hit pressure too, the factualization has started. So people are now falling in with either protections with the Black Mafia, with the Harlem Mob, with the Harlem Rattlers. Some are trying to stay independent, but it's not working as well as they thought it would. So you rest the next couple hours, go out without too much going on. But as you're waking up, you can see now that Harlem itself is more engaged. There are smaller fires now around. People either trying to harm others, trying to draw people out, and you can even see like further down the road from where you are, somebody is running and just a mob is chasing them. Before they dip and disappear around a corner.
Look out at this hellscape now. Like this place that used to be the center of art and poetry and politics and beauty is now just turned to hell because of this like
this giant spider octopus that is watching.
Spider octopus that
just
is
making giant laps around Harlem and watching. Yeah,
forcing everyone to kill each other. It really makes me wonder, like, do we have to do this though? I mean, I don't want to win. I don't want to lose. I don't want to get my heart torn out, but I'm also like, are we better than this?
It's a very good question it's a good question to explore.
So I think like going over the rules with Maddie and Chuck. So we're participating in the game. One of the rules was that you had to kill someone, which we all have done at this point. But to win, we had to get 100. So I think even if we don't hit 100, and you can tell that Sam does not think they're going to hit 100, we have avoided probably the worst case scenario in terms of the rules.
Yeah, we don't win, but I think that depends on us surviving. How if everybody else is gonna be coming after us eventually.
Do we have any idea of how many people are caught under the thing?
Oh, how many like people live in Harlem?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the one thing I did not gather. Let's see.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. So one thing I just had a very ambiguous number in my head. Let's see. There is about 73,000.
Okay.
So they're all spread out. So it's not obviously not all 73,000 are going to be engaged, but
Okay, cool.
unless I'm
But-
reading the wrong thing. Oh, no, okay, that is correct. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I'm probably never going to be okay again, but you know, considering circumstances, I'm alive
Yeah.
and awake.
We'll get through this, right? Together?
Yeah.
So I guess the question is, do we want to win? Or do we want to try to win? Or do we just want to try to survive?
What rule would we add if we do win? Or would you add if we do? And you're the closest to winning.
I've been thinking, and that's the question I can't answer. I don't know how we change. How do we change the rules to get us all out of this? How do we figure out some way to trick that thing and, you know, kind of gestures out the window, which is curtained towards, you know, that big monster floating in the sky? Like, I've been thinking and I've been trying, and I don't know.
It could be as easy as setting a rule that says the game ends now.
Or
How?
something wild like the game was never happen. You know, we wind it back. Bring all the people back.
It would bring the Pinkertons back, though, if we did that.
Damn.
Which I'm not saying is not worth saving everyone else that died so
But
far.
that's
I'm
something to
just,
think about. No,
I'm
you're
just
right.
put a lot of
saving
work.
Harlem and the city. If that winds it back,
We put a lot of work into killing the Pinkertons, and it seemed like that was supposed to be as a good cause.
It's a
under these
victimless crime.
That's crap.
I wish I could take that back.
I wish I could
can't.
take it back.
But I can't. I mean, there's always a chance that someone else wins and they make the rule that saves the day, so to speak.
I think would they try, or would they?
The problem is the person who wins might be a cop.
Damn.
Or the mob, or the mafia, or, you know, there's a lot of folk out there that might not be doing this for Harlem, but doing it for them. I think if we're gonna go out, we should go out trying to do the best we can for the city. I don't think we should just try to survive and hope someone else saves us, because I think we all know they aren't gonna.
That's when Reno does probably speak up for probably the first time, Sano, and he tugs on your outfit. The guy who burns things.
The arsonist?
Mm-hmm.
You're saying, sorry, are you saying we should go after the arsonist, or are you saying you know where the arsonist is?
He could be a target.
That's true. We could kill the arsonist. That's probably, again, pretty morally neutral, considering the situation.
If that helps you sleep at night.
I'll
in
take
your palace.
anything. Yeah, I'll take any single thing. Yeah, we'll go after the next.
And in any case, he's got to be pretty close to that 100, right?
Yeah.
Closer than anyone I can think of.
It didn't happen to be that they were just going after John's properties? Or was it kind of like, from what we could tell, essentially, like, is it something that we could ask John if he has enemies, if he has, competition that might be, going for a vendetta against him, that might point us in the right direction for who to look for?
Or if he's taking out a large insurance policy on his buildings.
Or it could be him, yeah.
John.
I feel like we don't have enough time if I were to do that sort of game.
The insurance gambit.
And historically speaking, John Nails, as well as the rest of the whole group, were pretty moral about the whole thing.
Right on,
being
right
landlords.
As you mention insurance, Sanyu does kind of tilt their head and say, Maddie, had you mentioned that there's a person who was threatening, like they were running a protection racket, right?
Yeah, big in the mob.
Do we think they might be connected to the arsons?
Is that like in their MO?
So they run protection rackets. So they run a lot of like actual crime sprees, as long as it's not against others of the Jewish population. So it would kind of range the gambit. Arson is not exactly in their MO, but like committing violence is.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, how do we find out more information about the arsonist?
Ghost Grandpa, maybe?
Ghost Grandpa
Try
is
again?
like the best option.
Grandpa Ghost. Sorry, I'm really my ancestors got issues, your ancestors got issues, just kind of different in different ways. But
could we try doing a teamwork action where we can maybe take the highest investigation score and then get the +1 from my Tulpa as part of that? That
absolutely.
might make it a little bit easier.
I have 1 in investigation.
0.
I think I have 1, maybe. Yeah, I got 1.
There's also setup, where we could potentially make it easier as well. I don't.
Yeah, so we can let's do the setup where it makes it easier. So I'll give you a +1. What you guys could do is let's do a little connection, actually. We'll do a little networking with this.
I have 2 connections. So
yeah, so we'll do a little networking with this. So if you want to do the Tulpa, we'll add the Tulpa to it. Maddie, we're gonna kind of speed run the connection.
Hell yeah.
So you have a fairly friendly relationship with John.
Yeah.
As your landlord, he kind of already promised you a new place once this is all over. So he's like, yeah, let me get some answers for you real quick. Like I let me go talk to Queenie. And you do meet with Queenie.
Okay.
Queenie, the leader of the Black Mafia, notorious for her elaborate hairstyles, almost the black dandyism when it comes to it, and fancy hats. Like she meets with you, Chuck, Sanzu. She's willing to help you out. And and seeing as how she's probably the most moral out of all the gangs that I have involved in here, like even historically, she's like, yeah, look, I can help you. Like I'll send out some of my guys. We'll go look around. We'll see what we can find. And with the the Tulpa, Grandpa, let's go ahead, roll that connection, add the +1 from Ghost Grandpa.
Okay.
I also have an ability from my doll agenda. I chose the tag along ability, which means that when I participate in teamwork, the leader of the role always takes 2 non-lethal stress, but they also gain +1 die to the
Oh,
roll.
so you're rolling 4 dice.
Hell yeah.
Now you do take non-lethal stress, but that's fine. It just adds.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Don't we
compared
don't
to
have
the other
worry
stress
about
you
it.
have to worry about.
Yeah. All right. So 46. I got 1 6.
That's
And everything else is under 4, but that's all we need.
That's all you need. So Ghost Grandpa cannot give you a name, but he can give you a location. He can kind of point you in the right way. And it seems that the arsonist's next target is on Sugar Hill. So that is a couple, like I say couple, that is a solid 15 blocks north of you.
And the buses aren't running.
And the buses aren't running.
Yeah.
Well, only one way to get there then.
And you have to hope that you get there before the arsonist does.
I think considering how far we're going to have to go and considering how much the tension is ramping up, Sanyu is going to like grab a to-go bag that she has been like taught since childhood to like put together, and she's just going to carry whatever she might need if she's never able to come back to this apartment again. And I think that she's just going to give up on considering this like a permanent safe place. Like she's just going to be like, I might never come back here again. So I don't even think that she necessarily like locks the door, because there's like food and like water that she can't carry, and she's just like, anyone who wants it can have it. It's fine.
What are you doing with Reno in this case?
Reno is with me. I think she wants Reno to be as close as possible. I think she probably does have the tulpa watching Reno, to be honest.
Oh, absolutely. Ghost Grandpa is just right there. Dual Ghost Grandpa just watching Reno.
I think he's teaching Reno how to speak Rinyara. And he's just like, why are you doing this? He lives in America. He's not going to speak Rinyara to anyone.
You know, I was gonna say Reno cannot see psychic things, but I went like, no, never mind. Let's have him be a psychic too. He's not a very good one though.
Oh yeah.
He's a cat 0 psychic.
He's just a boy.
He's just a boy. So you guys, it's a far run to Sugar Hill, and all of it's uphill as you are making it through the just the brownstones around you. It is chaos beyond you, or like behind you. It is absolute just a hellish experience. It went from people being locked down to now people being led around almost by cult leaders in order to try and take down others who may be high value. Maybe they're trying to gather people so they can do one big spree in order to get all their points. You're not even sure how many days it's been at this point. You've just been resting, and your bodies aren't exactly human anymore, or at least you don't know if they're still human. Getting gut shot and surviving is kind of a jarring experience. But you guys do make it up to Sugar Hill. It is once a highfalutin spot. You can see that they were still doing renovations to refurbish these buildings or make them better, or like bring in new ones. And this specific one, this long almost manor of brownstones, is still standing. It hasn't been burned out. But now the big question is, who is the arsonist?
I just gotta ask. Are there any gangs here?
I mean, in Harlem, there's always been gangs here.
Okay,
but
so there's a Sugar Hill gang. Thank you.
So it may be like the black. It's not the Black Mafia. I can tell you that. Okay. Queenie is staying at the 101 and is helping people out around that area. It could be the Harlem Mob. It could be let's see. It could be the Harlem Mob. It could be the Harlem Rattlers, but they're kind of further south. So the option is either a Harlem mob or it is someone independent. Or it could be related to the Pinkerton still.
If
You did, just because you killed the Pinkerton agents doesn't mean you killed informants for the Pinkertons.
if it's, are there any? I don't know how to. I like. I think in the kind of situation like this, Sanyu's first instinct would have been to try and like see if there were any like unhoused neighbors in the neighborhood who might have seen someone suspicious like walking around at night like casing the building. But now that could like unhoused could mean just like someone who was like had to leave their place because like they might not necessarily be like people who usually live here. But I think like she just does want to like ask around a little bit subtly to the neighbors and things like that if possible to see like, is there anyone like unfamiliar in the area who's been like casing out the building at all? Like, can we get like any details about someone who might be the arsonist?
You know what? I'll give it to you. We're not going to have you do any rolls for that. You do knock around for the neighbors. There's not really a whole lot of answers, but there you do get a I don't have I was gonna at some point introduce W.E.D. Du Bois. Why not? Why not?
Let's do it.
He yeah, one of the doors does open and you are just greeted with a shotgun to the face. Just a trench gun. Just, can I help you?
Hello. I was asking about if someone had potentially seen an arsonist or someone who might be an arsonist. Please stop pointing the gun at my face.
He kind of looks at you, and for those who've never seen E.D. Du Bois, or W.E.D. Du Bois, he is bald, just the most glorious goatee you've ever seen. You know, fairly athletic, and he does stop, just looks at you with this steely gaze, looks down at Reno, then looks at the two behind you. All right, and he lowers the shotgun.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to find the person who's been setting fire to the buildings.
Yes, I am aware that that has been occurring. You said you were looking for people just around?
Yes, we've been knocking on doors a little bit. I know everyone is scared, but we just, if someone's going to get hurt during this game, it should be someone who's setting fire to buildings that innocent people are living in, I think.
I agree. Are you participating?
Fortunately.
There has been someone around, sneaking around here. He tried to get close recently, and, well, I spotted him and took a shot. He hasn't shown up since.
Did you see what he looked like at all from the distance?
He's wearing all black. He spoke with an accent, wasn't able to identify it.
Did you hit him at all? Do you know? Was he limping when he...
I did. I'm quite good at a shot, but if he was limping, I wasn't able to tell. It was in the middle of the night. I think. It was when I was resting.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course. Do you think he'll come back?
Yes.
Then,
Unfortunately.
then perhaps, if you are participating and you are trying to do it ethically, maybe you can stay here and keep an eye out.
That would be... Thank you. Yeah, let's do that.
Understood. You four can stay on the bottom floor.
You don't happen to know how many people are in this building, do you?
My portion, just myself. There is probably another 20 some odd people in here.
I mean, that sounds crazy, right? But what if we, organize a little something, organize a little speakeasy, organize a little house party, bring people together? The arsonist is going to be hella attracted. It's a good target, and that's when we take him down.
That is the most insane and ingenious idea that I've heard.
It's crazy because it might work because we can't be killing and fighting each other. This is crazy. After this is done,
Yeah, no,
how do we
I agree
rebuild?
with that. Yeah. We have to bring each other back together. Yes, that is quite ingenious. Do you happen to know a band?
I know a drummer,
Hmm.
and I know. I mean, it's gonna be hard to find some people, but we got a poet here.
Well, song is just sung poetry. I think I can wrangle up a few other people that might be able to help out. I think this plan would work. Yes. Give me one moment. Please make yourself at home. And W.E.B. Du Bois does start to gather up other people of the protest movement. He has to be real stealthy about it, so it takes some time. But soon, more and more people are starting to creep up to Polo Grounds and into Sugar Hill. Neri actually joins you in the band. The old bartender. There's probably about a solid 50 people that are starting to gather in Sugar Hill. The question is, how do you guys want to set the speakeasy? Are you gonna? Do you want to make? Do you want to offer something to Queenie, for example? She actually, you know what? I'll just say Du Bois will offer it because he has connections with Queenie. So
Right.
yeah, he's able to
Hell
give more
yeah.
people more protection. He starts You guys start organizing. There are people planted on nearby roofs to keep an eye out for anybody sneaky. Some people from the 101 are starting to make the long march up to Sugar Hill as you set up this speakeasy, this juke joint, effectively in Polo or on Polo grounds. Um, yeah, your plan should work. The group starts to go from about 50 to 55 to 60 to 70. So anybody who's looking to farm points might be willing to do it.
Hell
Farm
yeah.
kills. It's just funny the way you said it, sir. It's
This is either
accurate.
going to go really well or really
Or really
badly.
poorly.
Really
I
bad,
mean,
yeah.
We got about 25 minutes. Let's find out.
yeah.
So yeah, you start getting this juke joint set up. How are we gonna do? What type of music do you want playing here?
It's got to be uplifting. It's got to be something positive. There's a couple tracks we can do. There's a couple tracks that I can do from my song list.
Yeah,
But I also don't want to like elephant people to death or something.
you don't have to elephant people to death.
Okay.
It is hilarious. That is the one thing you've been doing, but you don't
Yeah.
have to elephant people to death.
You're right.
There's
I
other
don't.
There are other options.
Remember, you can also boost.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
So
So
a man with an elephant. Every problem looks like. I don't even know how to finish that joke.
Oh God, boost is really good depending on the track that you use.
Oh yeah.
Record the first 3 digits of your music.
Yeah. I'm looking at that now. I got a song called Liza or Lisa. All the clouds away. All the clouds roll away, which I think will be a nice little something to make people feel better about just life.
No,
As the sun
especially
hasn't
after
risen.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's 2, 4, and 3.
Yeah.
So for each die roll, the action gains additional +1. So you can use these dice. So you can add that on there. Okay. For each dice roll, the action gets a +1 cap for every die roll that matches a number record for the track length.
Okay.
So you anything that matches a 2, 4, or 3 2, 4, or 2 gains more power.
Can I burn my pathos in this moment to help give you additional dice? And I'll say, if we need narration, I'll say that the way that Sanyu does this is that Sanyu actually goes like looking for like little bells and things like that, like from like maybe like people's bicycles or things like that, and where she can find these little bells. And she makes these kinds of like ribbons of bells to tie around her like lower legs. And as the music starts to kick off, she's going to do a traditional dance of my tribe called the Runyege. It's like a dance that often like male and female partners will do together, and usually the men will wear the bells on their feet, and the women will wear grass skirts. And she's going to like invite people to dance with her as she
Oh,
kind of
cool.
does by
Yeah.
herself the male portion of this dance.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. Maddie, what are you doing?
I think it takes Maddie a little bit of time, for the dance, for the music to kind of kick in, and for her to remember what she's doing this all for, which is community, which is joy, which is, celebrating and making the best of the worst situations. And I think, the music is going. I think, she joins Sanyu in dance. She starts clapping, with the music, with everything, and, is able to find the part of her that can still celebrate. And I think, there's
Hmm.
a moment where she's able to kind of, as she's been, turning the words in her head, talking, it like finds herself up on stage and just reciting, this free verse poem about freedom and joy and, you know, finding that light in the darkness, and that it is here with community. um and, kind of with the backing of the band, with the music. I think that's how she participates.
Awesome. I am loving this idea. And it works so well for how we should wrap up today's session too. So you guys are all doing this, the written verse, like the music, the dancing, people are starting to join in. It's almost as if the rest of this begins, like the rest of the killing game begins to fade away
Mm.
around you. Just because you're all so absorbed amongst community, amongst the music, amongst the hope that we all come together and that we all are stronger together. I'm going to do this. Maddie, when you need to go take a break, go get some water, and you are fed in, you are met with a very familiar face. Somebody you kind of met at the beginning of the game. Kenneth. Oh, what's going on? He does have the water for you. Like, oh, what's going on here?
Party.
I could tell. There are so many people here.
Yeah, we're trying to celebrate, trying to turn this around.
I can see that. You do you have a plan for how to turn it around?
Yeah, yeah, I think we do.
Oh, okay. What's your plan?
We're gonna live. And I think Maddie is maybe a little bit suspicious of Kenneth in this moment, just, you know we're on the lookout for people, and it's not that he's not part of this, but he's also like a little bit to the side. And so I think she is being guarded about the specifics of the plan before she knows what his game is, perhaps.
I think it's completely fair. He just kind of just nodding for a second. He kind of gives you again that familiar weak smile, and he just goes, "Oh, I understand that. It must be tough. I mean, especially since you may not have the points for it, right?"
Well, yeah, we're I think we all want to try to do this together.
Yeah, I can understand that. So I'm sorry. And he's going to blast you
All right.
at point blank range.
Okay. Where am I situated kind of within?
I would say from the juke joint that you managed to set up, like there might be a stage. So you're probably like right off to the side of the stage.
Okay, hell yeah.
So that
all right. I think he's okay. Um I'm trying to think of what is there a better way to get him. I mean, I think if he says I'm sorry, I think I'm going to try to, grab his arm and pull him to the side as I away from the stage, away from people, as I try to burst him first
it
and
is.
just say bang.
I will say you both burst at the same time.
Hell yeah.
As he has he's a power that he can use to hit you with,
Mhm.
and you're also hitting with a power. So it's just
Hell
gonna
yeah.
be what action's gonna be. It's gonna be a psychic clash immediately.
Hell yeah.
You say bang, he hits you with fury, as just the skin on his arm reveals just an entire mass of marks. Probably
Mhm.
somewhere you like in just the brief one we can see somewhere up in the 80s.
Okay, hell oh wow, yeah. All right.
So we're all rolling one dice. Target data, the admin can describe how they lock with the fierce force power. The loser takes stress. So we're just rolling a psyche burst against each other.
Okay.
And whoever gets the highest.
Do I get my bonuses for my ability, or does that not track with this?
It doesn't track at this one.
Okay.
This one's just a side clash.
No worries. That's a 1.
I rolled a 3. So you take equal to twice the difference. So you only take 4 points of damage.
All right. I am full of stress. 2 of them are non-lethal.
So you are taking 1 injury.
1 injury, and then I clear
It
stress,
clears it
and
all.
I'm down to 5.
Yep.
Okay.
So that is your thing. Sanzu, Chuck, you see this. The people have not panicked. They are too absorbed in this. It's almost as if in this moment of hope, this moment of catharsis, this moment of togetherness, they are starting to join together. There are spectral beings drawn from the psychic sea that are dancing with them. The large pale folk have joined in. All not in a protective sense, but they are there. They're observing. They're dancing. In the chaos of this moment, we are all joining this together. You guys see the fight in the background of this communal dance. So Maddie was blown away, burning, just flames. What's your injury?
Yeah, I think probably it is probably burns, like, right? Like just half of her skin and flesh is just like melting at the like point blank fire blast.
Yeah, he did apologize, but they're still alive. Or you're still alive.
Yeah, look.
It doesn't make it any better. He thinks he
It
knows
doesn't
better in
make
this
it great.
situation. So, since it's a side clash, he doesn't get a turn. Let's go ahead. Who wants to go next?
I think seeing things kick off, Sanyu is going to use Psyche to pull Chuck into the practice cellar because she's just like, hey, there's a lot of people in this room.
Oh.
So if you're going to do like a big animal thing, let's try and get you to do it as safely as possible. So we're going to practice a quick couple of times.
Perfectly fine. So go ahead. I'm gonna roll some quick dice here to kind of decide what gets a boost. All right, go ahead and roll your psych burst.
Is it just the one
Just,
die?
just the one, but boost will the boost will make it more powerful.
Okay, cool. 1, 4.
I rolled a 4, so it's gonna double whatever the bonus is. Actually, you know what? It doesn't double; it leaks over. So not only Chuck gets it, but also Maddie gets it.
Hell yeah.
And so okay, so I have set you up and given you 1 extra die, I think.
All right, it is now Kenneth's turn. Kenneth is going to, unfortunately, go after you, Maddie. You are the only one that currently knows his plan. And he rolled a 5, so it's creating a complication. So he brings out the flames again, and he's going to escalate the situation. So if you guys do not deal with this complication, he is going to fireball into the crowd.
Oh.
The last one to go is you, Chuck.
All right.
You are now shunted out of the psychic cellar. You have the training, you have the boosts.
I've run over the simulations. And the simulations have told me the most likely possibility is, again, I'm gonna go back to Harlem Congo for this song, real upbeat with the drums. I need the most important thing I think is that Maddie gets the kill, because Maddie can take it over to 100. So I'm summoning this gorilla, this massive gorilla, to run down Kenneth and
just
tackle him.
Coming at him. All right, go ahead, roll your psi ability. Remember, boost will affect it, and then you have the advantage from the simulation.
Oh, that's 2 6s then.
That's
I need one, but yeah, 2.
That's good. Like that, he is tackled to the ground by this big psionic gorilla, taking additional damage as he hits the ground. Still alive, but definitely like oh no. And he can't. Let's see his turn. What's he gonna do? 2. He is going to try. He can inflict stress. So he is bringing around a flaming whip. He is going to strike at you, Chuck. So go ahead and take 3 stress for me. And then once that happens, I believe we're at the top of the round. I believe it's Maddie.
All right. Honestly, I think what I want to do is, in this, moment, I'm not going to rely on the psychic power. I'm going to take out my small pistol as this man is being wrestled by a psychic gorilla.
Unload into him.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna unload. But I want this to end mundane.
You can spend a psyche to make it even better.
Hell
so you not only get the 2 dice plus whatever you have in coordination.
So I have 2 dice in coordination. I have 2 dice flat, 2 in coordination. I'll do a +1, baby.
5, let's go.
I got a 4 and a 5, so 2 successes.
Is that all you got?
I have 2 2s and 1 1.
That they're both of those are boosted to also successes.
Oh hell yeah!
So you've just how do you want to end it?
I think this might just be. I think her hands are shaking a little bit. I don't think she's ever really shot a gun, but I think she shoots once and misses. It's a close thing, and then I think she just takes a deep breath and feels the music, and wants to keep everyone from panicking too much harder, and I think just aims right at his forehead and takes a shot.
As we end up wrapping up the session, I want to ask Maddie, who is now at 102 points, what new rule do you want to implement?
Are there any rules for rules?
There are. The admin has to accept the rule.
Okay.
So amongst the dancing, the communal dancing, as we are coming to the end, what is the rule that Maddie wants to put into place?
I think thinking about, the admin, I think the rule that she wants to put on is the game has never begun and it never will.
Ooh, that's fucking good. I appreciate all of you for this. Thank you for letting me run CAIN again.
Thank you.
That's a wonderful rule. The game cannot continue and has never started is a perfect rule for this. Keeps it contained to a solid loop. Guys, we do have to end, unfortunately. Okay, let's introduce you guys one more time. My wonderful players. Just going on the list. Erica, let's go.
Yeah, hi, my name is Erica. You can find me on Instagram at That Girl from Uganda. You can find me on Twitch at Marzana the Paladin. I'm streaming games made by African studios or Black game studios this month. So yeah, hang out with me.
Great. Mark, please.
That's me then. Hey, it's your 40. I think I'm 42 now. 40 something non-binary boy, Mark J. I'm happy to be here. This is the third year we're hosting this event fundraiser. Just happy to be at this table and have everyone come together and raise money for the Lavender Rights Project. I'm one of the founders of Apocalyptic Unlimited. I have a podcast called Nunshot with Mark J, where I interview people about culture, race, and the TTRPG space. And you can find me at GM Mark J in most places. That's me. Thanks, Mitch. Man, this is good game. Good game. All right, that's it. I'm gonna shut up.
And Gray, please.
All right. Thank you, everyone. I'm Gray. You can find me online at Aliengenic, mostly on Blue Sky. And I'm just so excited and glad to be able to be here tonight and play this wonderful game with all of you.
And I'm your GM, Mitch. You can call me Raptor Blue. You can find me on Twitch. Thank you, everyone here, for supporting APOC presents Harlem Renaissance Forever. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for donating. Last time I checked, we are at $603 for the Lavender Rights Project. So be sure to spread the word.
Right
$653.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
So be sure to spread the word. Big shout out again to our sponsors, Transplaner, Frivolous Bear Game Studios, and Thought Crime Games. There is no game after this, guys. We're the final one, but next game is going to be Friday at noon Eastern Standard Time. So hopefully we'll see you there. I'll be lurking. Hopefully you'll be lurking. And I think that's it. One more applause for all of our wonderful players.
Hey, what's the word, blurs and nerds? It's your 40-something non-binary boy, Mark J, coming to you live from right outside the nation's occupied capital. Welcome to Apocalyptic Unlimited presents Harlem Renaissance Forever, this year's Black History Month TTRPG fundraiser. This year, we're raising funds on Tiltify for the Lavender Rights Project. The Lavender Rights Project is a black trans feminist organization committed to dismantling oppressive systems that disproportionately harm black communities. APOCU wants to give a big shout out and massive thanks to this year's sponsors, Transplaner RPG, Frivolous Bear Studios, and Thought Crimes Games. Transplaner RPG is an award-winning, all-transgender, people of color-led dark fantasy channel telling stories in an original, non-colonial, anti-Orientalist multiverse. They're proud to support the APOCU Black History Month fundraiser and encourage everyone watching to give what they can. As always, we stand in solidarity with all oppressed people of the U.S. and the world, fighting for freedom against colonization, imperialism, and white supremacy. Free Sudan, free DRC, and free Palestine. Frivolous Bear Studios is a game company dedicated to telling untold stories and amplifying marginalized voices. Their first game, The Home We Remember, is an introspective, lyric role-playing game that uses tarot cards to explore your characters' memories and their relationships to a community hit by tragedy. Produced in collaboration with Tinder Vision Studios, The Home We Remember was lovingly crafted by a team of majority queer, trans, and racialized storytellers. Visit frivolousbear.com to get your copy today. And last but certainly not least, a special shout out to our third and final sponsor, Quinn Murphy of Thought Crimes Games, the makers of Griot Anthology. The Griot Anthology is a zine celebrating the brilliant work of black TTRPG game designers, utilizing the powerful medium roleplay. This anthology holds space for intersectional blackness in the past, present, and future, giving us the opportunity to tell our own unique stories and share our unique perspectives. Go to the website itch.io and search for Griot Anthology to pick up a copy today.